Oh, I don't know what the hell's going on. Hello. Hey, what's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Ladies and gentlemen. We're back with the Gamer versus Gaming podcast. We got a few special guests here with us today. My man Zobe 70, he's having problems with his BlackBerry. I don't know what the hell's going on, but he'll be here in a minute shortly, I guess. I sent him the link again. I got a special guest, my man Spawn Wave. Was new to YouTube. I'm gonna leave the link down to his channel. It's been, this is the white D's, the tech guy. He tears things apart, and explains tech and different things on his channel. He's a fan of Nintendo. Well, I guess we're gonna find out all the show, but he has a great channel. My man Wavy Cricket, been around YouTube for a while. You guys probably know him. You know what I mean? Of course, all day I got everyone's favorite pony, Porter Rock, myself. Shout out to Bam in the comment in the chat. But getting right into it, like I said, my man Zobe 70, the star of the show, will be here shortly. He's having problems with his phone. I don't know what the hell's going on with Zobe. But anyway, getting right into it. I spoke with you all day. You don't count, of course, Porter Rock. But I'm gonna start with Spawn Wave, and I'm going to go over to Wavy Cricket to get these guys' opinion. The PS4 Pro just launched. It's been on the market maybe 2 weeks now. When did it come out? The 11th. Been on a week. So today's the 18th, 19th. Been about a week. Like I said, this is the first time I'm speaking to you, period, about this. You know what I mean? What are your thoughts about the PS4 Pro? Was it needed? Shout out to man Showstopper. Was it needed? The benefits of having. Just tell me what are your thoughts? What are your thoughts about the PS4 Pro? And sure. Yeah. What do you think about it?
Oh yeah, well, the PS4 Pro is interesting when I first saw it because of course it's a 4K system, kind of. Obviously, it's 4K at times, then it downscales and uses checkerboarding to upscale if it needs to 4K, and it's at an interesting time. I know Sony wanted to get out first ahead of Microsoft, but when Microsoft announced their Scorpio system, they really gave Sony a chance if they wanted to wait to refine it and put it out. And I know there were a lot of problems. I remember I saw your tweet about there being problems with it running games slower. Mm-hmm. And of course, that'll be fixed in patches. And of course, a lot of developers have to put patches out if they want to. I guess they don't have to. I remember, CD Projekt Red was talking about possibly not supporting Witcher 3, and then maybe they came out and said they were going to. But I honestly think Sony put out, I think it's a good system. I've actually done some work on them already. You guys probably don't know, but I actually freelance work for repairs at a video game store now.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yep, I've had some of them come in with minor issues. Yeah, nothing major. Like, all right, so I don't know if you guys know or have seen it a lot, but the number one system I fix at this store are PS4s. Okay. And it's because of the HDMI port. I don't know if you guys have seen online or anything, but the HDMI port in the PS4 is one of the most fragile HDMI ports I've ever seen.
Okay.
And whether that's because I'm sure there's a lot of people out there who are not, nice to their PS4 in terms of picking it up and moving it correctly, because most of the time they'll bring it in, say that there's something wrong with it, and they take it out of their bag, and they do that thing where you do with an old controller where you take the cable and wrap it around it.
Yeah.
And it doesn't work. You take the HDMI, the cable out, and all of a sudden the port falls back into the system.
Oh, shit.
So I usually have to open it up. You got to remove the HDMI port and replace it, and it's a lot of small soldering. But the Pro, the ones I see come in, is because the person was not good to their HDMI port. So I still think that'll be a problem down the road. Of course, see people talking about video problems with their PS4 Pro, which is apparently that's nothing major. A lot of times it was like a small defect. Of course, 1 to 2% are all common.
I've seen what's the guy, the huge YouTuber, Maximilian, and he was doing a live stream. And if you don't know who Maximilian is, he more or less does fighters on YouTube. He live streams and stuff. That's his favorite genre, or fighters. Doesn't matter the platform. It can be the TurboGrafx-16, whatever it is. Whatever. He's just into fighters, and he doesn't quote unquote participate in this quote unquote console war. He doesn't, like I say, he doesn't have a pony in his fight. He's actually worked for Alien Galaxy at
Killer Instinct.
Oh, Killer Instinct. But you know what I mean, and but he still covers Street Fighter 5. You know what I mean. But anyway, as I was saying, he had a live stream up, and he was having major issues with the HDMI port and what else? The port was getting the PS4 to recognize in 4K. He was able to get the 720p, but he was having some major issues about it. He actually has a video up now about it, but Forbes also covered it that major people were having issues receiving the signal from the PS4 Pro. Now, me and myself, when I first booted the console on, it was the white light was on, but my TV was black. Now, what I did, I had to unplug it and plug it back up, unplug it, then I got the signal. But there were a wide, regardless of what I'm saying with the TV, whether it's a Sony TV or LG or Vizio or Samsung or whatever, Hitachi 2000, people were having issues with receiving the signal from the PS4 Pro. Now you're saying that I remember the launch of the PS4 in November 2013. Sony shipped I don't know how many it was, but there were issues where people were not receiving the signal again to the TV because they found out one of the pins inside the HDMI was bought and it wasn't able to, the metal wasn't able to touch. But you're saying
right.
you got some in, like what's the issue, or is it like
with the Pro? Well,
yeah.
Again, if you look in any of the HDMI ports for original PS4, probably like even the Pro, the pins sit along a plastic holder essentially, and these pins tend to bend up as you do it, and then it'll actually push into the system further. And a lot of times you can even open the PS4 up like I would have to. You just push the pin back out and then bend it down, and it's fine.
Okay.
And a lot of the times, I don't know if they were trying to fix it, but if you look at, for example, Xbox's HDMI port, the pins are actually secured under the plastic halfway, so it actually does not go anywhere. It won't move. And I don't know if Sony, when they released it, had a bad batch or just the engineering that went into the HDMI port was bad, but it still looks like they might be dealing with that going into the PS4 Pro. Really, if you just take better care of it, it's fine. Like I said, a lot of the people that come in with it generally take it from house to house, whether that because they have two families or because they're going to their friend's house.
Yeah, whatever.
So, it just comes down to taking care of your console.
Oh, okay. All right. But overall, what are your thoughts? So you think it's a good system? I mean, like, it's something that you're looking forward to getting? Like, do you have a 4K TV or?
Actually, I don't have a 4K TV yet. I was actually waiting for my bandwidth cap to not be terrible because I have Comcast, and of course
you guys have a data cap?
Yeah, Comcast for some reason put a 1 terabyte cap pretty much on everyone in my neighborhood and probably my part of the state. And I didn't realize that after doing some math, if you do a lot of Netflix 4K, you're gonna end up over that cap, and then they start charging you more money. So
okay, let me ask you a question. Now I have family and good friends that live in Maryland. Not to put your business out there, but are you able to get Verizon Fios?
I am not actually. What they did was, so I told you I live in the farther northeast side of Maryland. Basically, I can go to I can get to Philadelphia in like an hour. I can get to Wilmington in like 20 minutes. So I'm right on that little corner of Maryland, and it takes me about 3 minutes to drive into Delaware. But over that border, as soon as you hit that border, Fios stops.
Oh.
So I am in the Comcast monopoly part of Maryland.
Oh, okay. So you don't have any competition.
Oh, that's zero. Fun. So they can charge you whatever they want. They can give you whatever caps they want, and all I have to say is, yes, sir, basically.
Oh, okay. All right. Oh, okay. All right. Let's move down to my man, Wavy Crockett. Wavy Crockett. Davy Crockett. Let me ask you a question. So what are your thoughts about the PS4 Pro? First of all, are you on board with it? You think it's the best thing since sliced bread? Talk to me.
All right, so first of all, I gotta say, free the wave, Max B.
Yeah.
My nigga's supposedly coming out in 3 years, but I think the PS4 Pro was rushed.
Okay.
I mean, since the Scorpio and Microsoft, I believe they announced it in E3, Sony should have taken some more time to make sure that this console could at least hit 1080p 60 frames on all of the games coming out. Like, that alone would have sold me. I don't have a 4K TV, and I don't plan on getting none of that shit right now. For me, I view it as it being too expensive. I don't know how much money you're making or none of that. I can't tell you how to spend your money or how to save or whatever. But for me, it's just not worth it right now.
Okay.
And then it's not even a real 4K. It's like checkerboarded. I don't even know what the hell that means. All I know is that it's not real 4K. And
yeah, not all of the games. Just they can upscale. This ain't upscaled or whatever the 4K. Oh, okay. So that's your issue. So you said that, like I said, this is the first time I'm ever talking to you live on the show. You're saying that you wish Sony would have waited. And again, I want to say this. It's not if we're just looking at it from console wise. We're not talking about a PC or whatever the case. And you're saying 1080p, but I kind of blame Sony a little bit. Why? The reason why I say that, and this is no fanboy shit here, because this generation and the fans, well, not the fans, the fanatics, this whole generation has been about resolution and frames per second. It really hasn't been about the games. You understand what I'm saying? So they push this narrative, or 1080. I've always said this. I think it's silly for console gamers to argue and bicker over resolution. You know what I mean? We on digital Friday, 2 frames a second. To me, that shit is crazy. Well, last generation, with 90% of PlayStation games were sub HD, upscaled. They were 540p, upscaled to 1080p. Now, me personally, again, I have great television. I have 4K and HDR and all that stuff. And I've always said this, whether it's upscaled or, I don't give a shit. Just being real. And a lot of people, the casuals, or not even the hardcore, they think that resolution determines great graphics when they don't. It's the textures and the shaders. Like you telling me that The Last of Us is in 4K, but you're still using the fucking PS3 textures. You understand? So I would rather have what do you call it? The Last of Us with better, with high settings, with all, with better shadows and particle effects and all that stuff, and then let it upscale to 4K. And my opinion is that Sony, because we're not the same, like we talking about 4.2 teraflops. That's a lot of, mustard on the bun in a console closed environment, okay? And maybe you guys may feel different, like I'm gonna dive into this, you know what I mean? But again, that's not something to scoff at. It's twice as at a minimum, it's twice as powerful as a console that we have for the last 3 years of the PlayStation 4. And I think,
that's the thing though. Like they, I guess they threw a whole nother GPU in there.
Basically,
but it's the same CPU in there still, yes, and like the frames depends off of the CPU and not so much the GPU.
Yeah, it depends on the engine. You have some engines that are CPU heavy, then you have some engines that are GPU heavy. But you're right, you know what I mean? But again, I was saying that I would think Sony, even with the PS4 Pro, and this is regardless of the TV, whether you have a 4K or not. But if they were to target, just lock it, let the developers, say forget the 1400p or the 1800p. No one has a 1400p or 800p television anyway, any goddamn way. Let's say 1080p if it can, and give us better, like I said, textures and shaders and lighting and all that stuff, and let it upscale to 4K. You understand what I'm saying? Still give us the HDR, a true HDR, which makes the picture pop, makes it look better overall. But so I think, and I'm gonna let you give the mic back to you. I think maybe a lot of the pushback and the backlash that have been from gamers that have one right now and that are not really blown away, because we were expecting, like you got specs on papers and you have what you call real world performance. The games right now look twice as good as what we already had. You know what I mean? So, but even like I said, I won't even go to that maybe Sony should have waited. I mean, because really, I hate to look at it like it was been rumored for a long time. The reason why Sony is really making the PlayStation 4 Pro is to cater to the VR. You understand what I'm saying? To make, that's the only thing from what I'm hearing. I don't have PlayStation VR. Like I have a few guys that I know here that like D. He said that's the only thing that really got like that makes it look better as far as the VR, as far as better graphic fidelity and frame rates and all that stuff.
Resolution becomes really important when you need those goggles on and against your eyes. Yeah, that's where it becomes important.
Yeah, exactly. So at the end of the day, but as you were saying though, so even with so you don't have any. You're saying right now the 4K is too expensive for you to invest in. They're kind of cheap though. Vizio got TVs for like $400 or $500.
I mean, I ain't even interested in that shit, to be honest. It's like,
yeah, okay, yeah. Yeah,
my mind's not fucking blown by looking at these. I mean, they look good and everything, and I would buy one to watch movies, but you know how much input lag there is with playing video games on 4K and shit.
On some, not all.
On some. And again, it depends on the set that you buy. The newer sets are because of the immersion of gaming in HDR, like Sony and Samsung. They have, which not just put in game mode, you can have HDR in all the modes on the TV. But you're just talking about from the casual. Me personally, I'm not there counting the milliseconds. As long as my shit ain't like a 5, I push the button, then like 5 seconds later he jump. I don't give a shit, you know what I mean? But again, I feel what you're saying, you know what I mean? But listen, Weedy Cricket, again, there is a difference, you know, just, and I know you really can't tell from the videos that we see here on YouTube, you know what I mean? But it's like if you're saying something that's true in 4K with HDR, it's like going from, remember you got that old shit when you got your PS3 and your 360 and you were able to play that in, you know, whatever, whether it's 1080i or 720p, you get that old shit. That's kind of what you get again, like I said, you know, when you see it here in front of your face. Like these videos here on YouTube don't do it any justice. But, you know, also too, the 4K TVs now are phasing out the 1080p TVs, and now the next thing is going to be 8K. But, you know, right, like I said, different strokes for different folks. That doesn't appeal to you. You know what I mean? So right now, you're not looking, you're happy with what you got is basically what you're saying.
For right now, yeah, like probably 6 months down the line or some shit, if I see that it's worth me investing into it, I'll invest into it. But for right now, I'm cool. I'm waiting right now with what I got.
Not
like
a
I
problem.
just want performance and stuff that actually looks good, better textures, like you said.
Okay.
Stuff like that. That's all I'm asking for.
All right. Porter Rock, chime in here, man. You know, so this is the first time. No, it's not the first time you've been on Gamer versus Gamer. How do you feel, Porter Rock?
Oh, for the Pro, I'm gonna cop mines like early next year.
So what do you? I guess let me ask you this. I know how you told me that, but how do you feel? Like, you know, what don't you like about it right now? You know, that if it's an issue that you wish Sony can address or maybe fix, or like, you know, if there are any cons for you, or you just balls to the wall, you're happy?
My only main concern is just the compatibility. The two things from the PlayStation fans that I know that got it. I know one had issue with recognizing disc. I don't know if you know the dude on PS News Now, Mr. Fox.
Yeah.
He has like 8,000 subscribers.
Yeah.
So the one he got from Amazon, he like almost like 10 or 11 of his games didn't work. So he went to the store, bought a new one, and just returned the one from Amazon and just got his money back. So that's a concern, you know, disc compatibility, and then also TV compatibility. You know, some TVs is just not recognizing the settings right, or just not recognizing HDR and stuff like that. So that's a concern and stuff like that. And not just like what Sony could do, but LG just made a press statement saying that they did recognize they are the ones causing the issue, so they're gonna come out of the patch. So I'm concerned about that. I'm concerned about that because let's say if I buy another TV brand and the TV itself is the issue, but the company's not gonna do anything about it. You understand what I'm saying? So I'm concerned with compatibility issues and stuff like that. So that's why it's good for me to wait till like February, March, and hopefully, you know, things like that.
So you're not going to try to take advantage of any of these sales right now, just Black Friday on the. Because I think right now, not right now, but not the hot TV right now in amongst the gamers, you know, all across YouTube is the Samsung the 8000 series. You know what I mean? With very low input lag, great HDR. You know what I mean? I think a TV is like, I don't know, like $700, $800, or whatever the hell. You know what I mean? But again, you know, like so your issue are the reports of the console not working properly. That's your only issues.
Yeah, my main issue is compatibility with TVs and also disc recognizing games. Because the compatibility, I can see firmware updates doing it.
Yeah, okay.
I don't think you're gonna do a firmware update if the system don't recognize your games and shit like that. I think that's actual.
I think that was more of a malfunction with the console.
Yeah, so so those are my two main nerves. About game performance, again, the console came out just a week, and I'm sure developers will improve and optimize. And then you know this whole gen has been nothing but optimizing games and games coming out messed up, and they come out with a patch. So I see like in the future more and more games will just get better, and then hopefully developers will just have better ideas on how to use that power. But right now, I think.
So do you think Sony should just knock it off with the 4K shit, and you know, and
I don't think knock it off. Do both. Like for example, the game Neo, the game Neo, like the game Neo, the game Neo is giving you the option on how you want to run your game. You could run it at 720p 60 frames, or you could change it to 1080p 30 frames. You know what I'm saying?
Let me ask you this.
This is a low-end company, so you can't tell me if EA, Ubisoft, Capcom can't do the same. Like, hey, you can play this game at 1080p 60, bells and whistle, or you could go 4K or checkerboard 4K, 30 frames or whatever.
But how long until we get to the point where in the options menu you have to go in and turn on and off sliders and everything, almost like your
but that's the thing.
It'll be like a PC
experience. It was in the game. It wasn't even in the menu. It was in the game. The game itself asked you right from the start, how do you want to play this game? And you just selected it. And this is Neo. This is not a big budget company at all.
Oh yeah.
I can't even tell you who the name of the company is. It's not. I have it on the tip of my tongue. But you start the game. And this is from a beta too. So it's not even the game you buy.
Yeah.
In the beta, you start a beta, right? And the title screen comes up. You press start. It asks you what type of mode you want to play this in. I was like, fuck it. Let me play 720p 60 frames.
Sure,
this is a more action game. And then I started playing that. And then I went back just to see how the game looks at 1080p 30. You can see a bit more clarity, but you could tell like the actual gameplay was slower and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, yeah, it's much more fluid. Yeah.
Yeah. So this is a beta from a low-end company doing it in-game and not from the menu or from the settings. So I know if this company could do it, I cannot believe I know Activision, EA, Respawn, all those guys could do the same thing. It's whether they want to or not. You know what I'm saying? And right. I say that's the one thing about consoles. All these companies, they could release games at 60 frames, but when you bump the game down to 30, you can push graphical fidelity, and that's what these companies tend to do. Like if the game is playable at 30, they're gonna go for 30 because it's playable, and they could make the game look better because sometimes that's what sells. You know?
Yeah, there's always trade-offs.
There's always a trade-off, and sadly, companies don't go in that direction because they wanna show it on screens, they want to show videos,
yeah,
they want to show
screenshots on the back of the packaging.
Yeah, exactly. Because you can't feel gameplay from a YouTube video, but you can see graphics. Right. You know, so sadly, that's like eye candy to them. But now, from this one game, these developers, they could give us a choice right from the game itself.
What's it, Neo or whatever? What's the name of the goddamn Neo? Okay, whatever. Now here's another again. I don't, me personally, I don't really just say, I mean, which is cool. Let me choose how I want to play, whether it's upscale, 4K. And again, I just move away from the resolution. I want better graphics. Yeah, because I'm gonna be clear this. Right now, with a clear conscience, and after the quote unquote the honeymoon phase wears off or whatever, and if you have a standard PlayStation 4, you have one already for years, there's not a big difference, besides, and again, your TV or whatever consoles are going to upgrade any goddamn way. You know what I mean? Do it look better? Yeah, but it's not. Not I think the people that I've spoken to, the people that with regular Joe Smokes, not the regular, people were expecting old shit like we got when we went from the PS3 to the PS4, and I think that the issue is that we're not getting that, and why is that? Because again, this console was twice as powerful. So why aren't our fucking shoes and socks knocked off?
I think it's because these companies are more focused on frame rate and resolution. I mean, what you're asking for, that's not their focus, because then it would have been done already. You know what I mean? Or being done in the future. I just feel like,
it's more than twice as powerful though, because
it is. But are developers going to use that?
If you want a next generation leap, because that's one thing, these consoles are not next generation consoles.
No, they're not.
If you want a PS3 to PS4 jump, look how much more powerful the PS4 is.
No,
PS3.
What's what I mean?
You know what I'm saying? And one more thing, besides that, these games are not built using PS4 Pro's power exclusively. They still have to
which
make
is cool.
the game with PS4 in mind.
That's not a problem.
So one is not a full gen leap, Two, they still have to run.
I get it.
PS4, so you're not going to get
also
that
coming
full
up-
power.
So next gen, what you want, you're gonna have to just
No,
you're gonna have to
no. That's not.
you
Hear me
have to
out.
wait. Yeah.
No, I don't have to, because look at it like this. This is what I mean. And okay, and I'm not even trying to do what a Scorpio compared to the Xbox thing, right, or whatever. This no brainer. The Scorpio is going to be a more capable console using newer tech, and whether it's the Zen, Vega, whatever the hell. What piqued my interest when when we're filming, or Aaron, I'm saying that with the whole Windows UDP, basically the developers can make one game, one code, is scale up according to their hardware, scale down. You know what I mean? And we're getting the quote unquote the PC textures. Hear me out. Now again, you telling me that I can go upscale to 4K? That's not a big deal. Or give me, and they can do this, because the same way that if you have a GTX 560 Ti and Spawn Wave has a GTX 1080, we're able to enjoy the same game. But guess what? Their game, forget the resolution, whatever. That game is going to look better graphically on his GTX 1080. Yeah, you understand? These consoles are PCs any goddamn way in a closed environment. You know what I mean? So them, what I'm saying, we're not blown away. Regardless, I understand it's a mid-gen jet, but that's listen, let's be clear of this. It's 4.2 teraflops. We just was at 1.8, and they were able to make a game like visually, and then the order 1886. You understand how good that, or even Uncharted on 1.8 teraflops. You know what I'm saying? Now you tell me you got 4.2, and my games I can't get that old. Like, come on. Like, I think gamers all together need to put our foot down and say, Sony, cool out with this motherfucking resolution, because the console is not strong enough to give us both. You can't get 1080 or whatever in slot 60 and have better graphics. I will, again, like you said, you can't judge gameplay by looking at shit on. But we get, whether people say they don't care for graphics or not, it's the old shit when we look at a game. We judge games by how we look at them before we get them in our actual hand. And given that power, even though games are not built from the ground up to take advantage of the 4.2 teraflops, according to Mark Cerny and those guys there, said it takes less than 1% or whatever effort to get a game to be pro compatible. All I'm saying is give me, better, give me the old shit. I don't mind if it's gonna upscale. You know what I mean? Like I'm saying, maybe they can, because like I said again, they kind of maybe back themselves in the corner with all this resolution shit, and this shit just was spent out of. I'll play this. Would you guys rather have a better looking game or a game with higher resolution?
Better looking game. Oh, better looking game.
That's all I'm saying, and they can do that. You know what I mean? What they have right now, and just let them. What's the difference if you're going to upscale from 1400p to 4K? Or if you're gonna upscale from 1080p to 4K, you with a fucking chip or whatever the fuck whatever Sony has to do the upscaling for them. I would rather have a better looking game all around graphically. That's all that I'm saying. Where everybody, you got a 4K TV or not, everybody will be able to take advantage. You know what I mean? So like right now, people say, well, I don't have a 4K TV or HDR, so it makes no sense for me to get the Pro. You know what I mean? That's the public consensus around here right now, which is the truth. We don't have a 4K TV with HDR, right? It doesn't make any sense to do it. But if you have a fucking the games look better graphically, you know what I mean? And what you got to take advantage of, whether you got a 720p TV, games are going to look better graphically, and you get that old shit, and that's what I think where they're dropping the ball at right here. What may come back to bite them in the ass. Maybe you guys may feel different. You know what I mean? That's all that I'm saying.
I completely agree with you. That's why I was talking about they should push the option, so that way when let's say for example, if I buy a Pro but I don't buy a 4K TV and I boot up Horizon Zero Dawn, right from the menu it says, how do you want to play this? Do you want to play 1080p 60 or checkerboard 4K 30? I'd be like, well, I don't got a 4K TV, 1080p 60, and boom, you get those graphical effects. It's a better looking game compared to the PS4.
That'll completely validate your purchase.
You see what I'm saying? And that right there, that validates your purchase. And then the day I do get a 4K TV, if I choose to play in 4K checkerboard because I want more clarity,
boom,
for whatever reason you choose to, you still got that choice. And I think Sony does need to go in that direction. One, it will, majority of TVs, even though 4K is growing, the movement's growing, it's getting cheaper.
Yes.
The majority of gamers are still on 1080p.
Yes.
And a lot are not getting 4K TVs for a while. Simply because some of them got 1080p TVs last year. So
Okay.
you know, so I think by providing this option, which I know it's capable of doing, because a low-end game like Neo did it during a beta. I don't see why developers shouldn't be pushing this type of option. You know.
Yep. Keep in mind, we are also coming up on that part of diminishing returns where you're never going to have that same leap from like the PS1 to the PS2 because only so many polygons can be shoved into an object and it only looks so good to the human eye that it's easier for these companies to just throw up these numbers like 4K and 8K and tell you it looks better because of the resolution.
Yeah.
I mean, they got to sell systems, they got to sell games, and that's the easiest way from a marketing standpoint is to throw these numbers up there and tell you it's better.
And here's another thing that is true what you're saying. Like the casuals, to this day, I got people saying, you know, I'm a Sony dude. You know, I prefer PlayStation. But you got people telling me that the PlayStation 2 is more powerful than the OG Xbox. And I'm like, bro, come on. But that's just ignorance. They just don't know, you know? They go by what everybody else says in popularity, you know, because sometimes popularity equals power equals the better system. They don't understand that the PS2 was better, not because of power, but because it had a huge library of games. But some people, they don't equate the math like that. You know, sometimes it's that, oh, the PS2 had much better looking games. I'm like, did you even play Xbox? No.
Yeah, if you want to go back and look at the comparison.
You never played it. You never.
Look at Chaos Theory on the Xbox and then look at Chaos Theory on the PS2.
It is night and day. That shit, you know, Splinter Cell, oh my God, that shit looked like a next-gen game.
Yeah, well, the PS2 couldn't do bump mapping and the Xbox could. It looked amazing.
But ignorance and, you know, especially when you got a console that's popular, people equate popular with more power and better games and just better online, and they don't understand that that's not necessarily the case. You know,
it's all marketing.
It's all marketing. It's all how you push out your system and stuff. You know,
that has to be Sony's mentality here. This first year ahead of Scorpio has to be worth a lot to them.
And usually that's a great tactic, being ahead of year. I know some people are looking at Scorpio is native 4K, and you know this generation is all about power. But people are forgetting that the PS4 and Xbox One came out at the same time.
Yeah.
Xbox One didn't have a year head start on the PS4.
Nope. But I mean, if you on the flip side,
on top of that, the PS4 was also cheaper.
Yeah.
So even if you didn't care about power and you cared about price, that was still another thing. So either way, Xbox One had a huge freaking obstacle.
Also, they didn't do themselves any favors in the beginning with the DRM.
They shot themselves in the foot, even though DRM would have been cool. But that's just my opinion.
So Scorpio doesn't, you know, and we still have to wait for Scorpio's price. Because I'm telling you, console gamers are.
You heard what Phil just said, right?
Yeah,
it's premium console. I think it's gonna be $500.
It's gonna be $5.
I think it's gonna be at least $5. You know what I'm saying? At least.
Also, too, though, check it out.
But there's some gamers who think it's gonna be $399. Like, bro, you bugging?
Nah, that's a dream. That's
a
dream.
Let's be clear. Let's be honest here. And what's the only thing that's count? What I've said from the beginning. I paid $500 for the Xbox One at launch. All right, it is what it is. And that was 3 years ago. So $500 in this day and age, it is what it is. But as long as the games are looking better graphically, I'm not just talking about 4K 60 because the average consumer is not going to give a shit about that. You understand what I'm saying? I'm talking about as long as the games are looking better graphically, they won't have a problem asking for, demanding, getting the $5 or whatever the console. As long as I'm not talking about Digital Foundry, with the $40,000 machine, the $12,000 PCs, and you got to line it up. As long as it looks better graphically, and the average consumer can see that, even from videos here on YouTube, they're not going to have a problem. You know what I mean? Like I put it in a post the other day on Twitter, and I'm not gonna put the guy in blast, but one of the Microsoft execs hit me up and DM'd me on Twitter or whatever, and said you're not gonna have that problem. I said, Microsoft, and don't sacrifice the performance of the console just to say it's 4K. I understand that this whole generation has been about resolution. I don't want that. Like I said, it makes no sense for you to give me.
I really don't want Xbox Scorpio to give me 4K and struggle at 30.
Listen, but fuck it, all that. What I'm saying is that what I'm saying is this. This is the point that I'm making. Just don't give me sacrifice the performance of the console to say 4K and the games look the same as what I'm playing on my Xbox One. Right. You understand? But this now it's just native 4K. I'm not gonna buy that. I will keep my Xbox One. Is what I'm saying. My games have to look better graphically to make me invest this for $500 to buy out this. Not to say, this console here is 1080p.
But see, that's where they get you. That's where they get you.
Yeah.
No, I know what. And what was told to me, so you're not going to have that problem. You know what I mean? We're going to get the quote unquote the PC version of the game. What I mean by the PC version of the game is with the ultra settings and high or whatever, whatever. Games are going to look better graphically, and that's all that, and I'm cool with that. You know,
both of these companies are trying to catch PC, and that's just the narrative now.
You think so?
And I don't understand why, because generally, and correct me if I'm wrong, software sales are better for console-centric games on console.
I remember a article back in like 2008. It was saying like PC sales were on the all-time low at that time. That was the heyday of the 360. About 2008, and they were saying that is PC going to be able to catch up? I mean, the sales are completely like really low, and now we see a complete turnaround in this day and age. You know what I mean? Like
PC sales are awesome, but it's more like for PC-centric games like League of Legends and
World of Warcraft.
And you know what I'm saying? Yeah, like if you get a console game, like fucking, like Call of Duty, PC gamers don't really care for that. In fact, they look at it as a casual type game. You understand? That's why Rockstar, Rockstar provides terrible support to PC. They hardly release their games day one, and to this day, Red Dead is not even on PC. You understand? Because that's not Rockstar. That's not Rockstar's.
Wait.
That's not Rockstar's customer. They know PC gamers don't buy their game.
Right. Think about it this way.
That's why they don't care.
Like, if you're a graphics whore, then you want a PC to push that power, right? But if you think about it, all the popular games on Twitch and in the PC culture right now are games that don't require a lot of power. They want
the PC elitist. Like, not the elitist, but the purist. The purist.
But some games are demanding. Like if you play
like League of Legends, you could play that
you games that has like crazy amount of characters, you need a powerful PC if you still want to run those games at 1080p 60.
Right.
Or even
but
that game's they like. I don't play Total War.
Here's the thing.
None of that shit. I'm a simple gamer.
And my man Spawn Wave, I'm sorry. He said he's more of a PC guy than anything, which is cool. And I look at it like this, and maybe I want to get his input on this too. The PC thing, and and where you say that, as far as I'm not saying. Well, I'll say this: the big misconception about gaming on PC is that it's kind of difficult. It's yes. The reason I say yes and no, it's saying that you put the goddamn thing in big picture mode. Looks like Xbox Live or PSN, same shit. But where I'm saying the casuals would never migrate towards PC, and this is my honest opinion, is because they don't want it. They like the simplicity of sit down the ass and plug and play.
Yep.
Or they just went with the controller. Like me, I don't have any interest in playing with a mouse and keyboard, whatever. Or like people just like to game on their controller and don't want to be put at a disadvantage when somebody, because I don't give a how skilled you are in playing the game with it, because you'll never outdo a fucking mouse and fucking keyboard. Just
never.
And shoot. But like I said, it's the simplicity of console. You were mentioning something, John. You were saying that what if games now are start giving you the option to go on and turn this down and this, which again, what I really don't see it as an issue. And the reason why I say that, but long as I ain't got to go to some Russian site and get a file to patch this game. Like prime example, when I first bought my $12,000 PC, I bought all these goddamn Steam games, and some of them didn't boot up. I kept getting the blue screen is deaf, and this was back in 2012. Maybe Steam has changed since then, but they don't even have a fucking server, like a customer support. Like the game is not working. Could you imagine a mom and pop, whoever, buying their kid a $60 Battlefield and it should not come on? You understand what I'm saying?
From my experience, I've worked in a couple different video game stores for probably a third of my life at this point, and I can tell you, we're all online, we're all on the internet, we all talk to other people who can, more than likely have some kind of technology to build a computer, even if they tell you it's super easy. So for every one person online that is like build a computer, I can tell you now there's 1,000 people who just don't want to do it. They just want to get a console like an Xbox, like a PS4, take it home, plug it in, put the game in, and just play. They don't want to deal with patching. They don't have to deal with playing with the settings to get the frame rate they want. They just want the system, and they want it to work now. That's all. There's even PC gamers that game on PC, but they don't build their own PCs. Like you go on the website and get a pre-built PC, pre-overclocked PC. Like it does it for you, and they just mail it in, and you just play. So you even got PC gamers that still just don't want to deal with building. That's the whole marketing idea behind the Steam machine is to do that.
And Alienware,
to be, and they're more expensive, but some of them don't care because to them it's worth the money not to deal with.
Right, they don't want to run tubes for water cooling or anything like that. They just want, like I said, they just want to plug it in, turn it on, get a controller for Steam, and just play.
Yeah,
I mean,
but
what I think too is a lot of people that game on a budget like PCs. Like I talked to a lot of college students or college friends, and they game on PC because just the price point for the entry level for the games are very cheap.
Well, overall, I mean,
That
the
is
software is cheaper. You may pay more initially up front, or whatever. But again, most people want to play where their friends are. Like me, like I said, I have a P. But even the rig I have now is more than capable. I got two 980s in there, right? But you know what I mean? Like me, the PC was like a very lonely experience. I don't like really. I'm not saying I like to bug the fuck out and have fun. And again, if I grew up in Huckleberry somewhere, and all my Johnny and Bill, no one played on PCs, then maybe that's what my interest would be. You know what I mean? I will always be probably a console guy. You understand what I'm saying? Yep. A console dude. The simplicity of it, sit on my ass, plug and play, and that's what my friends are. Hey, hop on Madden, hop on 2K, hop on this. Cool, I'm there. Raheem.
Zaire, download TeamSpeak and we can play.
Yeah. Oh, that's and again, that's what again. Both of them have their pros and their cons. You know what I mean? I was just reading the article the other day. They were saying that PC was more profitable right now, whatever the case may be. It was up, sales was something up 122%. See, PC they don't have to deal with the middleman. There's no. I'm not saying you can't buy physical games on PC, but you can get them for cheaper. You cut out the middleman and boom. You know what I mean? And don't get me wrong, you do have a bunch of piracy on for us PC. Now, me personally, if I build a rig for $2,000-$3,000, I'm not going to them Trojan sites. Fuck my rig all. I ain't doing all that shit, bro. I got bullshit. I'm not gonna say no names, right? But when I first got my first rig, right, and not saying a YouTuber guy, he got his rig. We built it at the same time. This motherfucker went to one of them dumpster sites. Whatever virus he got, that shit burned out this RAM in his motherboard. This nigga was like, fuck. I'm like, you gonna spend like thousands of dollars on fucking a rig or whatever you spent, and you gonna go fucking. The game was only $2, motherfucker. Any goddamn way you gonna go download and leave this fucking Tibetan site with a Latin playing in the background? Like, you bugging? Like, come on, man. PC gamers are cheap. They don't want to pay for shit.
Them niggas were eating noodles all day long in Hot Pockets.
Oh no, I don't. Piracy. And like I said, what about you? Are you trap out the bando illegally? Spawn Wave. Or you buy your games, you trap out the bando illegally, or do you buy your games?
I buy all my games on Steam.
He make himself incriminate himself online.
It is what it is. Because some PC guys say if it's a good game, then I'll support. Then I'll go out and buy it. Yeah, right.
Yeah. If there's a game that I don't want to spend the full amount on, I'll usually wait for those crazy Steam Steam sales.
So true. Yeah. So true to shame the devil. So now, have you ever downloaded a game illegally? Come on, man. Tell the truth,
man. Don't.
Have I?
Yeah.
Illegally? Let me think. I ever downloaded something illegally?
Have you ever, to say, man, I'm not paying $60 for fucking a Better Tomorrow. I'm gonna go get this shit from this torrent site, this ISO site right here.
This ISO site? No, I didn't download anything like that. There was a Pokemon fan-made game that I wanted to try out, and they only put it on torrents, and I used it then, but torrents don't agree with me.
Okay. All right. But like I said, kind of moving right along. Okay, we got like I said, this is the first time I'm speaking to you on the air and Wavy Crockett. The Nintendo Switch reveal, and I see that you're on your channel. You've been pretty pro Nintendo, more or less, which is cool, not a problem. And you were doing a video. You said about that you said the Switch is going to be a capable console, or whatever the case may be. What do you base your thesis or your overrun? Because you said it can run Crysis 3. Crysis 3 was on the fucking PS3, or Crysis 2. That was on the PS3 and the 360. But how do you come to this? Theory or your thesis?
Well, based on a lot of the stuff. Again, we don't know everything about the Switch. We can pretty much make assumptions based on what we've seen in the press, the media, leaks that may or may not be true, but. For everything that we know now, it appears that NVIDIA is custom making basically a Tegra X2, or in this case, it'll probably be called a P1, essentially, because it's the X.
I thought it was the X1. It's going to be a custom X2?
It's got well, the X1 is based on Maxwell architecture, and that's what the X supposedly stands for. And the newer one is supposedly going to be based on Pascal, which is found in the 10 series. So it's more than likely. We're just calling it the P1 now because we don't know what else you would call it. And for the most part, these chips were used in like self-driving cars or just cars in general that have those big LCD screens. Yep. And based on what they've been saying, it's going to use DDR4, like low-power DDR4 RAM, which is pretty cool.
Okay.
And it's going to basically do everything they can to overclock when it's plugged into the wall, and then taken off of the wall, it's going to turn into more of a low-powered 720p device because you don't need high resolution for a little screen.
Okay, wait. So you're talking about the docking station or plugged into the wall?
The docking station. It should more than likely help it. It's going to need to be actively cooled, though. That's what a lot of people are struggling to understand. You can't push a chip like the Tegra, which is a very hot, very powerful ARM chip. You can't push the chip without cooling it. Otherwise, you're going to have things like thermal throttling, which if you have 980 Ti's, you may or may not have run into already at some point.
I just surfed the internet looking granny porn on my rig here. No, but okay. Here's the thing. And all, like I said, because Nintendo rep or whatever spoke to IGN, because I was under the impression that the docking station gave it more oomph. And the Nintendo rep said, no, the actual console is the tablet controller.
So the thing about that is, obviously, the more power it can pull, obviously, the stronger they can make that chip. So the docking station won't serve any purpose other than to pull power from the wall and put it into the dock or into the actual tablet to charge the battery, and then probably overclock that GPU. Not technically overclock it, but clock it up to a higher frequency, which would then let it do things like run at 1080p native resolution.
Oh, so that's what the whole. Okay. Maybe again, what was kind of alarming to me was that they didn't show any actual games. That they showed that what we seen in the trailer would not be indicative of what we get when the console
all that stuff you saw in the trailer, which you see people playing things like Skyrim, you see them playing like a Mario game, they're playing NBA basketball, probably 2K more than likely. I don't think NBA Live is even alive anymore.
Whatever, yeah.
And what they were doing is they basically overlaid these video clips onto it, so it looked like it was on, and none of those switches were actually active from what
I know.
Yep, you got it. So basically, again, all we can really run off of is how powerful this new chip is supposed to be, and it's generally placing it around 2 to 3 times more powerful than the Wii U, is essentially what we're looking at, which would place it probably, I would say, maybe 2/3 to 3/4 of what the original Xbox One can do.
But even in that sense there, we talk about something that's coming out in 2017.
Sure.
And again, it's not on par with what came out in 2013.
Right, but this again comes back to the fact that it is a tablet. I don't think Nintendo wants any part of Sony's and Microsoft's kind of their war that's going on, where they're basically an arms race at this point, trying to jam as much power as they can into it, like we were talking about before. Okay,
well, and again, I want my man Weaving Crocker to weave in here, but I look at it like this, and I know people take me as a Nintendo Antichrist or whatever the case may be. And even Iwata said himself before that Nintendo doesn't do well at competing.
Right.
It's okay to be different. Here's the thing, but not everyone has the money. Hear me out. I look at it like this. Not everyone has the money to own multiple consoles, right? And we can agree on that. And I know the issues with why if you go from the NES, the first console, into what we have right now, what's coming out. They're installed besides the Wii, which, that was a phenomenon that was bought by mom.
Yeah, that was kind of a blip on the radar.
Yeah, my grandmother has 2, and she's not a gamer. That's why I excluded from this because, again, it sold well. It was a huge commercial success. But like I said, it was bought by not even the casual non-gamers. You know what I mean? 80-year-old people, which, again, it's a business. You're in business, to sell consoles. But their install base from the NES until what we have going down with each generation. And, and it's not so much being in an arm race, but we're talking about a console or whatever the case that's coming out in 2017. And, it's going to be the same thing with the Wii U. And I understand that they do have a lot of quote unquote third parties that are on board with it. But and same thing with the Wii U. The Wii U at launch had Tekken and all that stuff. There's no one, really bought the goddamn games. But again, are they gonna be the handicap version of these goddamn games, or are people gonna feel like they taking a step back graphically than what we are accustomed to looking at, already for the last 3 years? And
Sure.
and I was a lot of people say that what they're giving us innovation. My opinion is that if they need to stop so much of trying to put the innovation into these gimmicks that may be hit and miss, and put the innovation into the games, and maybe you may feel totally different.
Sure.
But like, what are your thoughts? Or I'm just a little skeptical. Like, damn, this will be the 3rd generation in a row that you guys motherfuckers got extremely anemic hardware, and it hasn't really worked out for you. But like, what are your thoughts about that? Or
Sure. For the Nintendo, first off, Nintendo, again, they don't want to compete with, at this point, Sony and Microsoft in terms of a power aspect. So they have to make themselves different in some way. And they tried it with the Wii U, and as we all know, it didn't do so well for them. It didn't sell a lot. And I think their marketing was to blame a little bit in the beginning. I remember when it was shown at E3, a lot of people didn't know if it was just the tablet at the time. And I think with the Switch, they're doing something a little different here. I think they're keeping a lot of information away from us on purpose to build this sense of urgency to get this system. And if rumors are true, they're looking to only bring so many out, again, to create that artificial demand like they've been doing forever.
In March, 2 million.
Go ahead. I think Nintendo already messed up because of the commercial. Because I've been saying for a while that Nintendo's not going to create an all-out console. They're going to stick with what they do the best at this point.
Handheld.
Is the handheld. They've been dominating the handheld market for decades. Since day one, no one has been able to.
Right.
The closest was the PSP with 80 million. And then you saw, so now the commercial, I think, screwed it up. Because when you see the commercial, that first, unveiling of the Switch, you see a person and somebody in his house, and he's playing a game. So right there, you're thinking home console. And then all of a sudden, he grabs the Switch and walks out the door. So now you're thinking home console on the go. But, but now that we got more information, what Nintendo should have done is have a guy like in a doctor's office or at a bus stop playing the Switch. Right there, you're thinking handheld. And then when he comes home, on his cheesy ass IKEA furniture, slap the thing inside, that little adapter. Okay, handheld that I could play on my TV.
Right.
You know what I mean? Some people are still stuck on the idea that the Switch is a console on the go, which is not. And when they see it, they're going to be disappointed because of lack of graphics. I mean, the thing only has 4 gigs of RAM.
It's a handheld.
Yeah, you can dock. It's the most powerful handheld, no doubt. But it is nowhere near up to console. I mean, that's why I don't think that's why next gen wants a crazy powerful console. See, right now next gen is stuck that this thing's a console. It's not. It's a handheld. It's
right. But if they put the people's idea
and that commercial, and the commercial screwed it up. They should have done a proper commercial.
They should have did the commercial in reverse.
So that way, when people see it, the first thing they think, okay, that's Nintendo's new handheld. Oh shit, I could play that handheld right on my TV. Cool.
That's good point.
I get it.
Yeah, done. Yeah.
Done. Everybody gets it.
So what do you thought? What do you? Because I know you got to leave at 5 o'clock. So
no, that's fine. Yeah.
What do you chime in? So what do you like? Why are you? Why are you like? Because the reason why, again, because even what you're saying, and you say they don't want to compete, but when they're saying they are a home console, they have they have to. To me, and maybe you may feel different. Again, to be a successful console, you have to offer what your competitor was offering, and then more, and still do what you're doing. Cover your ass. You know what I mean? They'll just say, "Oh no." But again, so like, what are your thoughts here? Because they're going to do that because what does Digital Foundry do? They're going to take it and they're going to do the side-by-side comparisons, and he's going to get his teeth knocked in. You know what I mean? So, but what are your thoughts? Like, what way it may take off form or whatever the goddamn thing.
Well, there's going to be a couple things. I mean, like you guys were saying, it's a handheld more than likely, obviously, over a home console. They're going to market it that way probably going forward. And of course, games are the biggest thing that are going to move this system. And if a lot of the rumors, again, they're all rumors. We don't know until, I guess, January 12th, I think, when the presser comes out. They're going to put these games like Pokemon is more than likely showing up on the system. And Digital Foundry can't do obviously a side-by-side with a Pokemon here and a Pokemon on the Xbox. And let's be honest, I mean, Pokemon moves too many of the 3DS systems. I mean, Pokemon came out the other day and tons of 3DS.
I don't know anything about
it was crazy. I went to GameStop, man. There were so many people picking it up.
I don't know anything about the.
I mean, Nintendo
even Zaire was picking it up.
Yeah, Nintendo has, when it comes to their handhelds, they got their 60, 70 million fan base.
Yeah.
What are they? But what
80, 90, all the
what
time.
are these handhelds costing? I remember the 3DS stumbled out of the block because no one wanted to pay $250 for the thing.
Well, see, the 3DS stumbled out of block in comparison.
It went down quick though.
In comparison to what Nintendo is used to selling. That's what a lot of people think. It's like saying, "Oh man, Call of Duty, sales drop, it ain't selling shit." And you look at the board, it's still at 10 million.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's standards. Nintendo sell standards is not the same as Vita and PS Pro or the. They have a level of standards for their own company.
But even what my man was saying, like Pokemon or whatever, which is that even it? Because what you call the hardcore, we don't really bring the money. It's the casuals that bring the money.
Mm-hmm.
And you say a game like Pokemon, but it's not going to sell more than the huge multiplats. If you look at the MPD, every month at the month, you see the same damn multiplats, the duties, the Destinies, the Grand Theft Autos, NBA 2K, and all that shit right there. You know what I mean? And even though, like you said, even like you say, Nintendo have their games, and whether the Marios or whatever else they may come out with, which is cool. Nintendo software does sell well, but will it sell the hardware?
Right. That's going to be the question. If it can sell, if they can move these systems and put them in homes, then the third parties will show up and start making games for it because there's money there to be made. Now, if they tap into that casual audience because it looks like a tablet, for example, then maybe these companies like Call of Duty will come over. Maybe it depends on if they can make.
They're going to be there. They're going to be there day one. They're going to be there day
But the
one.
question is, will they be there day 600 something? In the second year of selling, will they still be there? That's the question. Because the Wii U launched, and then these third parties showed up, and then they started to taper off because it wasn't selling.
But yeah, man. I don't know. Like, I'm very optimistic about this. Not saying, and again, I just want. And we can all say, well, were they doing this because of that?
Mm-hmm.
All that you had to was make a traditional goddamn console.
Yeah, that would be cool, but I guess they don't. I guess they want to be. They always want to be different. We've seen it for how many generations now.
But again, to me, it's the you know what? Like we talked about, it's the first time I'm talking with the reason why Nintendo doesn't really have a big presence, and you're more like on the hardcore side or whatever thing. You know what I mean? With your finger on the pulse, they don't have a presence here on the internet. You don't see none of the big YouTubers playing their games.
Yeah, you know what? You probably saw my video about that.
Yeah, I see you. And again, because of Nintendo's policies.
Yeah, it sucks, to be honest. Their policies are not good.
Right now, everyone's live streaming. I even got back and I'm having a ball, and Nintendo just doesn't get it. You know what I mean? And I don't not going even with the Pro control. What do you call it? This shit. The Nintendo, what's the Switch controller called?
I think Nintendo still. I think Nintendo still wants to have that couch co-op experience, so they don't want to let that
That's
go.
Gone though. They don't
want to let it go. I would say also. I don't think Nintendo. I don't think any other company will be able to make a successful console in this market. I mean, do we really need a third console that sells Call of Duty?
No,
do we really need? Do we really? I mean, think about it. This is not like
this is not
like PS2, Xbox, and GameCube.
But think about that. That's what gaming was his best, though. No,
that's
what gaming was his best.
Remember, you are right. But third party had allegiance. Most games, most third party companies, they stuck with.
Check it out.
They don't do that no more.
Well, let me say this right here. You're absolutely right. But if you go back to them. That's when gaming was his best, when the big three were out there. And it's better for all when they're out there lobbying for our dollars. Hear me out. Yep. It's the console's exclusives that give it identity. I'm not telling you to stop with your Mario Party 19 or whatever the fuck else that you're doing. Cool. But again, you got to realize it's Puerto Rico. Not everyone can afford multiple consoles. And the issue comes down, if I got 6 kids, right? And I can only buy one console for these people, or these kids, you know what I mean? Because Nintendo gives them money. They think that they're, don't get me wrong, kids don't drive what pushes this market forward. It's the adults. Kids get games for their birthday and for Christmas.
Like, I agree.
Go ahead, hold on. You got 6 kids. Now you can buy a 6 double pack of Joy-Con controllers.
Yeah, whatever.
I understand what you're saying, that it's the exclusive that gives the console identity. Yeah. The only thing is, there's not that many exclusives because third party. Majority of exclusives on the PS2, PS1 were from third party. You couldn't play Devil May Cry on the OG Xbox.
I know
that's not Sony. You couldn't play Metal Gear Solid 3. That's not Sony.
I know
but now that's not the case. The only people that really does exclusive is first party, and they can only push out so much a year.
But we're talking about
GameCube, PS2, Xbox. There was crap loads of exclusives.
I get it.
Like almost every Tuesday, you got a new exclusive. That's not the case.
Okay, but look at it like
what
this.
You get now is a game comes out, it's on everything. And now we're arguing which is the better version.
No. Okay, but I get what you're saying. But if you can just, you know what? I have third party on lock, so I don't have any dry spells on my console. Because exclusives come every 4 to 5 months, and that's what Wii U fell flat on his face. Let's be real clear with this, okay?
Yeah, so there was the big lull periods where nothing came out.
Yeah, exactly. You know, when the last goddamn game came out. But overall, the issue, and I know let's blame the game of the hardcore, people like to treat Nintendo with these white gloves. Could you imagine if Microsoft and Sony showed up at E3 with one goddamn game?
Yeah, I know, right? The game was pretty good, though. It looked good.
I'm not saying that it's not. I'm not negating that. But this is how we're talking about. We're not talking about some small Indian studio that's making fucking alone. We're talking about $1 billion corporation, and this is what they're reduced to, a form of shell of itself. Maybe I'm again, and not just like a broke record. I'm showing my age, like I'm a little longer than 2. I remember it all, like Nintendo, you know, man, had all of the great games, all the third-party support, and this by their decision making, this was they need new blood because you have to change and evolve with the fucking industry. If not, you're gonna get fucking left behind.
Oh yeah.
And this is what ultimately would happen by them being different, like you saying, Border Rock. This is what got these motherfuckers eating lunch at 10 o'clock in the morning. You in high school, you got this the retarded class. They ate lunch 9:30 in the morning. That's why they're in the big, regardless of people how great their games is. But come on, I would like to see Nintendo step outside the box. You know what I mean? Make a goddamn Zelda game that's more mature, or that may need a patch with some DLC. They do the same goddamn 2-step.
But did you know how much backlash you would get if Zelda would come off somebody's head?
From the people who buy it.
Well, that shit is sell like goddamn hotcakes, man.
You think so?
Hell yeah. No. Or more like something different from Nintendo? Something different than what they're being doing.
You're different. What's your different? What would you want Mario to do?
Hey, bro, it's 2017. The characters don't even talk still.
Maybe you can have an option when you turn it on, and you can add.
No, just give him a mature goddamn game.
Nah, Zaire wants Mario to get inside of a car and do a drive-by. That's
what. Give me something different, man.
You want Super Mario the Italian job,
right?
Yeah. Give me a Wavy Cricket. You there, Wavy Cricket?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Hey, what are your thoughts on this, man? You've been kind of quiet. You didn't eat your toenails. Talk to me. What's going on, man? How do you feel?
Nah, man. Like from what I seen in the commercial, what I'm gonna say is, ain't no niggas that are playing 21 gonna fucking hop from betting money playing 21 to go play on the fucking Switch. That shit made no sense to me.
No, the commercial was corny.
Yeah, they did it wrong. They did the commercial wrong. It should have been a smarter commercial.
If I'm trying to get fucked up, I'm not taking my fucking.
Yeah. You think I'm gonna go to a basketball court to play 2K?
Yeah, that was a little weird. The whole basketball.
Like
thing.
What the fuck? Like
I got a good example. Check this out. I got a good example. And again, I know you got a whole ass spawn where with the goddamn John. I know you got a whole.
Call me John. Yeah,
okay, John Doe. Listen.
Yeah.
You know what killed the iPod?
What killed the iPod? What killed the iPod?
Cell phones.
Yeah, an iPhone.
People want to carry as less
one device
as possible outside. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And those are like, really, who wants to walk around with this big ass tablet outside? Like, come on, man. Like, that's not really the you know what I mean? I'm not saying that it doesn't happen. I know I just seen that fat black motherfucker playing 360 on the train. But again, that's exception to the rule. That's exception to the rule. But like people want to carry as less stuff with them as possible. Like it's not really in that age, but like I said, Nintendo can't afford another fucking dog. They are set off financially, but and it may sound kind of crazy. I just kind of want them to fucking fail. If they could just get with the fucking program and or get some new blood or whatever the fuck they're gonna do, because they're out there just like that. They mom and that drunk uncle at the cookout that talk about the war in 1942 doing that same 2-step and shit with his tall can in his hand. Like, I mean, they got to fucking evolve. You don't want them to evolve, John. You don't want them to do better. Nothing like you just fine. You get just content with this right here.
With what they're doing now?
Oh, whatever the fuck they're. I don't even know what they're doing. And you said they're being strict. This console comes out in 5 months. You know, like what the fuck?
It's not a console.
It's a handheld, right?
It's not a console. It's a
handheld console hybrid, right?
No, so here's the thing. Isaiah, your idea of Nintendo success is not like they could be successful with this if they market it as a handheld and just.
But they're not. They're not going to kill the 3DS. They're not. You talk about the 3DS. How many goddamn you? They're not going to kill that off.
Everything has to go away at a certain point.
But we're talking about again.
Of course, they still sell the 3DS, but eventually
still getting games for the PS3 and the 360. That has over 190 million goddamn installed. So that 3DS is going to be around for the next 2 or 3 years.
I mean, so then you got 2 handhelds in the market.
I'm saying, but you know what? I don't know, man. Maybe I'm just Debbie Downer, and the glass is half full.
I just think Nintendo realizes they can't compete in console.
Why can't they?
Why? Because they made dumb decisions. They, it's the same thing, it's
not because of their options, because they have the money.
And they have to live with it. They fucked up. They didn't.
Hold on. Somebody in the comments said it's a console if you want it to be. It's a handheld if you want.
Hell no.
But guess what? My cell phone can be a big screen TV as well if I beam it.
Hell no. You know what I'm saying? So, I could put a laptop in a docking station. Doesn't make it a desktop. You know what I'm saying? It's still a laptop. All right? It is what it is.
Listen. I know you got a whole ass, John. What makes you want to buy the Switch? All right, fuck you. You hanging out with the niggas. You hanging out with the niggas today.
Yeah.
What makes you want to buy the Switch? Like what I mean? I see your videos. I see your videos. You got the Wii U widows in the comments section. Like, go, John, go. Tell them the Switch is gonna be powerful. Yeah, it can run Crysis. I'm thinking like Crysis came out 15 fucking years ago. Like, what do you fucking do? Look, like people were praising. Oh my god, it has what's that goddamn what's Oblivion? What's Skyrim?
Skyrim, yeah.
Shit was on the 360. Is that so?
Hey, but playing Skyrim on the go is a lot different though. That'd be crazy.
That is interesting.
I look at it like this. Now, listen. I call a spade a spade. What's one of the reasons why the Vita failed? Can anybody answer me that? One of the reasons why
the Vita failed?
Actually,
support.
No, but besides that, with the first, I remember me reading these comments. I bought it. People didn't want a console experience on the go. They didn't want that. They didn't want to play these complex games on the go.
Well, right, but if Pokemon was on the Vita, would the Vita have been successful then?
I don't.
Right, but think about it.
I will tell you this. People said that were Nintendo fanboys, only because Nintendo wasn't doing it. But now that Nintendo's gonna do it, oh man, we get Mario console quality.
I like my Vita though. I like my Vita.
But think about it this way: the handheld is a very personal experience. You know what I mean?
I agree with that.
So I disagree. I think playing, Skyrim on the go, somebody would dive off it. They'd be up in the corner in the attic.
But who has the time to sit down and? I mean, again, you keep saying I never played a Pokemon game in my life. Is that something that's big with the casuals? Like,
That's massive.
Yeah.
No, listen.
That's the Call of Duty of handheld games.
Listen. Let's be clear. Pokemon this summer was a smash because everyone had it on their phone and it was free. Had that shit been $20, would it still been a smash?
I think so.
Yeah. Get the fuck out of here. Shit, that shit was free. And everybody got to sell it.
If it was 10, for example, what's Nintendo putting out on the handheld or the phone? Is it Mario Run? It's like $10.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mario Run, yeah.
But Mario,
they're expecting some ridiculous amount of downloads because
I get it. I mean, but Mario, but okay, you gotta realize Mario's an iconic figure. But also too,
so is Pokemon for them.
Okay, fine, but it's not bigger than Mario.
Well, it's not saying bigger than Mario, but they're both icons.
Okay, but Mario, give me a platform since the GameCube that Nintendo hasn't had a Pokemon game.
I'll say Pokemon's bigger than Zelda and Metroid.
Okay, fine. Well, give me a platform since the GameCube. Nintendo's had Pokemon games on their platforms, right? They just had one Pokemon on the Wii U, Pokemon Tournament, whatever, Poke Tournament. Did that sell the hardware? No.
Well, it's not a traditional.
That's
a fighter, man.
Yeah, it's a fighting game.
Whatever.
And Pokemon, we're not trying to damage control. Pokemon has always been tied to handheld. It's a handheld game. It's not really a console game. It's trying to like saying, making Halo for the X-Boys gonna push X-Boys. Not really. It's not a handheld game. You know, when I think of Halo or Gears of War, I don't think.
So is this Pokemon?
Is
this going to be a? Well, now listen, we're going off the kilter here, John. So is this Pokemon going to be a console experience type game? From what you got, do it. Listen again. Do these Pokemon games chart? When I look at the MPD, I still see the same goddamn 10 multiplats or whatever the hell, you know, out there. You know, do they chart? Like, you know, I still see the duties and I don't
put
see
it this way. Hey, shout out to Burnt Toast. The
Pokemon
games really never go down in price, bro.
No, they don't.
I'm not saying that they're not profitable. That's not what I'm saying. Is this that you got, you know, say Pokemon? I don't see these games in the top 10 in the NPD.
I would say the reason why Pokemon, because Pokemon is the type of game that sells for like 3 years. And it just keeps.
It may have leagues.
You know what I'm saying? It's just like right now. I'm looking at like for instance, Pokemon Red, Blue, Green, Yellow, whatever. That shit sold 31 million lifetime.
Wow,
that shit's fucking ridiculous. I'm like, if you look it up, like Diamond and Pearl, 17.6 million. Like
they sell a lot.
They sell a lot because they sell
gradually.
Like,
gradually.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. You know, like when you think about it, you're not gonna get a bunch of 8-year-old kids buying. Day one.
Nah, it's not happening.
That's not how Pokemon.
Christmas.
With a console. With a console, is this console still going to be around 10 years?
It's not a console. It's a handheld.
But listen, I get it. But this is Nintendo. They're marketing as a goddamn console.
That's their mistake.
I think that's their mistake.
I get it. It's a tablet.
They need to change the tune.
Yeah, it's a tablet that happens to have video out that goes to your TV.
Yeah.
You know what was told to me? This is real shit. You know what was told to me?
They need to change their tune.
You know the reason why that, you know, again, this was told to me by somebody within the industry. One of the reasons that Nintendo didn't show actual games running on the Switch or running, you know, the Switch games. You know what I mean? It's fine, you know, if they, you know, it's like when you go to E3 and the goddamn games are not actually running on the PS4 or they're running on the PC under the goddamn cabinet. I get it.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
But you're still seeing, you know, of the game. But, you know, they said to me that, well, he said to me that handheld games don't show well on the big screen as far as commercials. You're not going to get that old shit as far as handheld games. You know what I mean? So what the fuck? Like, goddamn. So you sacrifice performance and visual and graphics just to take it outside? I don't know. Like what do you think?
It's gonna depend, because what they're doing with NVIDIA is, I mean, it's pretty impressive because they are on the cutting edge with NVIDIA.
Okay.
First off, I'm glad to see NVIDIA get back into the console market. That's a good thing.
Expensive.
I think.
They're expensive.
Yeah, they are expensive, but they I mean, they're good too. They know what they're doing, obviously.
Yeah, but they're expensive. What are you expecting the Switch to cost? The rumored $250.
I think it's going to be around $250, and maybe they'll throw some stuff in it to like bundle if you want to go up to $300.
Now, with that being said, think of that. Do you think you're going to get some bleeding great graphics, and you come with the goddamn docking station, whatever, for $250? Let's be clear.
Yeah, I could see it, because I mean, if you look back at the Android TV, the NVIDIA one, it was $200, and that's the one with the X1 that was able to do things 2 years ago or a year and a half ago, like we talked about Crysis 3 at 1080p native and stuff like that.
Crysis 3 is how old a game, bro? That game came out in 360 and PS3. Those consoles came out in 2005.
Yeah, but they also were running at like 500p or something below HD, basically.
What I'm saying is this is still a very old game, and you know, it's
right. But we still use it. We still use it to benchmark video cards, though.
Hear me again. And still, what I'm saying about this, if you were saying it was running The Witcher 3, then that's
Crysis. Oh, Witcher 3. Yeah. Gotcha.
If it's running The Witcher 3, then we're saying something. But you telling me that this chip can run for a game that came out fucking in 2006 is 2016. You know what I mean? I was like, you know, like I don't know. Maybe Nintendo, man, they got such low expectations. Oh shit, it's gonna run Crysis. Like motherfucker, that game old as hell. Like, you know what I mean? Like, if, you know, like God, you know, like Jesus. Now, if you tell me it's running something like The Witcher, which is a graphically demanding game, like, oh, like now we're saying something. But you telling me that it can run Crysis, like, you know, and you know, like that doesn't, you know, I don't know. What about like this? Like if. Now, again, what was told to me doesn't really show well, but even at $250, let's be clear, if you're seeing $250 or whatever, the $300, that there's like, you know, that to me, that makes me a little alarming. And I don't care about what Nintendo sells or what I don't care. Oh, they're gonna sell. I don't care about that. You know, that doesn't. I'm just talking about. You know, are you willing to say, you know what, a trade off and how this game looks compared to what you've been doing for how many 3 years? You know, because you get used to accustomed to seeing these type of games. It's like me going back to play on the PS3 and the 360. I've been in this generation for 3 years. Those games are gonna look like shit to me. You understand that? So if I got to take a step back and say, you know what, to get on the Wii and the Switch, and it doesn't compare. I'm not talking, you know, we're gonna be judge games about what we see before we get them in our hands, and it's not comparable to what the hell, you know, like I don't know. I mean, maybe you might just be a different type of gamer. You know what I mean?
Oh, sure, yeah.
You know?
Yeah, no, definitely. There's different types of gamers. You know, a lot of people see past, you know, things like the graphics comparison and stuff. Like a lot of people can play, you know, like PS1 games and they're fine with it, despite having a 360. You know, I know. Yeah,
I can't go back to that shit.
I'll go back and play some Tony Hawk 1 any day, man.
I can't do it. I can't do it.
And it's more. It has more to do with the way that the controls are nowadays in games. Like it's a whole different scheme and like retro console and shit.
Yeah, I mean, wait. While you're talking, are you interested in the Switch?
Hell nah.
Why is that? Why is that?
It's not for me, man. It's not for me. Like, I mean, I don't doubt it's gonna be a successful console. It's Nintendo. Nintendo always puts out quality games and stuff, but it's just not for me. Like, if I'm interested in it further down the line, then I'll pick one up, but it's not a day one purchase.
Day one, yeah. I don't know. I guess I do expect it maybe to sell well. Everything sells well at launch, you know what I mean? But will it?
If it's new, you know, if they wave it in front of the consumer and it's new and it looks okay, they'll buy it. So
you're saying 250.
250 is looking like the price, yeah.
Okay, 250, 300. I can get an Xbox One S, $300, 4K Blu-ray player, all the games, you know, whatever, or a PS4 Slim or whatever the hell, $300, or I can get this here, and I'm not going to get the same type of experience, the games. That's, you know what I mean? Like,
right.
You know,
but it comes down to the games, which games you want to play. That's what it comes down to, and that's what Nintendo's always banked on, is their first parties selling their hardware for them.
Yeah.
It's
also games and how they market it. Because it would be like comparing the 3DS to the PS3, Xbox 360. It's not the same.
Yeah, but
I mean, it worked out well for them in the Wii. So
yeah, so
the Wii was bought by, again, non-gamers, and people say when I exclude that because, you know, it was a new wave. Oh my god, you know.
But Nintendo's best-selling exclusive is Wii Sports.
Yes.
There you go.
You know, that's it.
To let you know that it wasn't bought by the gamers, because you have their games like such as Zelda, you know, may have sold. You talk about a console that has over an install base of 120 million or whatever the hell.
Zelda still sold really well.
So I'm not saying I'm not.
If you want Nintendo PSA, if you want Zaire to buy a console, put a pistol in Mario's hand.
Okay, all right, fuck it. I'll
make Mario buy a hook on the corner. That's what he wants to do.
What'd you say?
He wants Mario to go buy a hook on the corner and then smack.
Nah, hey, listen. Listen.
He wants Mario to go. You talking to me?
Yeah, listen.
Right. Are you talking to me?
I got a saying. I've grown up with Nintendo, but Nintendo hasn't grown up with me.
Right.
Even that art style doesn't. You know what I mean? Even that art style. That's why I'm not a big fan of Rare. I don't like those. And I won't even say that. You know what I mean? I guess it depends on the content, because even though you take a game like Sunset Overdrive, which does have that, you know, Pixar type graphics or whatever, you know, art style.
Right.
It was a fun game. It was the narrative, the content of the game. You know what I mean? I'm just not really with the Kid Icarus and shit anymore. It doesn't.
Did you just contradict yourself right now, bro?
No. I'm just saying it depends on.
Because if you pop in Mario, you're not gonna have fun.
For a day, I'm not going out at midnight to stand in line to fucking play Mario. I've been playing Mario since it's the same shit.
Did you like Bayonetta?
Yeah, I like those type of games. Yeah, I like Bayonetta. Listen, out of the Wii U, I don't trade in no consoles. I got rid of that shit.
Sure.
But Bayonetta 2, yeah. But I could justify myself owning a $350 console just for Bayonetta 2.
Right. But you're saying if Nintendo did maybe some games towards the mature audiences to pull
that's what he wants. Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I mean? And you still
that makes sense. I get that.
And you still have your third party, the multi-platform.
Sure.
That I can go. For prime example, I have a PS4 and I have the Xbox One. I would double dip in time, and you know, like or whatever. Like when I bought the Wii U, I bought Tekken, I bought 2K, I bought all you know, what I mean, those games there to play with my, you know, or to try to meet some friends. But even when I go to a voice chat, that's another thing. Like my biggest issue with the Wii U is the fact I was taking a step back because I couldn't do the basic shit that I've been used to doing for the last since 2002 with Xbox Live. Voice chat mandatory. Like you look at their what's that, the Pro controller for the Switch, there's no headphone jack.
No, I think that's gonna be really important for the Switch too. They really need to overhaul their online service.
I would say that's probably the biggest thing for Nintendo. Not so much the games evolving, because you gotta remember when Nintendo first came out, most of us were like 8, 9 years old, right?
And they lost us.
So the way but here's the thing. I look at Nintendo like somebody made a good comment. I look at Nintendo like Disney. Just because you grew up with Disney, a 30-year-old, Disney's not gonna start making 30-year-old movies. They're gonna still cater to the new generation of 8, 9, 10.
But that doesn't. Here's the thing.
I see Nintendo still doing that.
Zaire wants dead bodies down that green pipe.
It's just like a structure. Like if Nintendo wants their digital distribution to be successful, they have to put a hard drive in their console. How much games do you expect to sell with 32 gigs of space?
You're gonna
be sell shit.
Like you're playing poker with them cartridges.
Like going into Sam's Club or Costco, but they have no carts. Why you expect me to carry?
Hey, yo, that's good. Hey,
I don't buy a bag
perfect.
of peanuts and I'm gonna just walk out the store because that's all I could grab. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna buy a cart full of food with no carts.
Hey, listen, that's a perfect example. Because the docking station doesn't even support external hard drives. So you want me to walk around with all these cards?
So wait. I got a question. Didn't the old console support externals?
Yeah, it did.
I don't know.
The Wii,
I think it did. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy shit like that. You know, it's simple shit like that. I can understand Nintendo wants to cater to this demographic because, you know, Sony and Microsoft takes over the more mature audience. I get it. You know, but do simple things like, you know, a good, reliable online. You know, I don't have to input 50 million hexadecimal characters to find somebody.
Yep.
A hard drive. Do not worry if I break a hard drive. Sorry, Nintendo. You know, don't treat me like a little kid. Like, oh, we don't want to put hard drive because you might break it. Okay, thanks.
Yeah, I think it's gonna. I think from everything coming out, it's gonna have like micro SD support. I think is the plan.
It does, but look at it like this. Does that stand in the way for privacy then? You know, bootleg, because you know, you look at Brahman, John. This day and age, we games with patches. You know, 5-6 gig updates and all this shit. Like that kind of, again, like when you put, I got the game on, but I got the game on this one goddamn card, but I got the update on this card over here. Like, how's this shit gonna work?
I think first parties will never need a patch.
It's like PS2 and shit.
Yeah, I got the DLC on another card. Are they doing DLC? Like there's so many questions. We know more about the Scorpio.
I had to like write down on the card which was my SOCOM.
Yeah, that shit wild, man.
Yeah, because sometimes I would have the wrong thing and I couldn't play and download. I'm like, but I already downloaded this shit.
Yeah, that shit wild on Jack.
Which card got the fucking update? Like,
you know what I'm saying? So what do you have to add to that? Like, you know what I mean? Like, damn, you know, I got the DLC on this card, I got the update on this card, and I got the game on this card. Like talk with me, man.
Well, it's gonna be dependent on, like I said, file compression is gonna be big for them because some patches can get down to like a gig or two compared to being 3 to 4 on x86. ARM is a little more simpler for that.
Yes, I get it.
It's gonna come down to that. It's gonna come down to Nintendo's online service, but because delivering the patch can't be slow. I'm gonna tell you guys now, when I use my Wii U, for example, if I wanted to download, all right, so Xenoblade Chronicles X. I don't know if you guys played that at all.
I know what it is. Yeah.
Okay.
I know what it is.
That was probably my most played game on the Wii U. And you pop the disc in, and then it wanted you to download 5 or 6 gigs, I think, just for HD textures and stuff. So I started downloading it and quickly realized it was going to take like 18 hours through Wi-Fi.
Oh my god! Because there's no fucking Ethernet port.
Yeah. So what I did, which was my biggest complaint, I really want an Ethernet port on this dock, but I don't know if there's one on there. There probably won't be with my luck. But what I ended up having to do was using the Wii USB to Ethernet helped, and then all of a sudden it went from like 18 hours to like 15 minutes.
Shit.
Wow. So, but with file compression and 128 to 256 gig SD card, I could see you being okay walking around with it. But it's going to come down to what these patches are.
256. Oh man, that's just bananas. I mean, for a handheld, I guess.
But because the cartridges now, the cartridge they bring out, the technology is there now.
I'm not negating that. It is.
It's more than Blu-rays.
Where we're used to our updates being saved on our hard drive, and
sure.
But I will say this before at least you got a whole last question. I guess we go right into something else because I want to talk about the video game awards.
Okay.
Your how should I say this? Let me if you day one Switch is for you day one purchase, right?
If I can get it, we'll see.
I'm saying, okay, your primary focus, like why? Like explain, like to the audience, like I never got. We got to talk about everything else, the pros. Give me the pros of the Switch.
The pros of the Switch, I would say, obviously the games, because if you like Nintendo games, you're going to want the Switch. That's pretty obvious. I would say pros of the Switch, that games, and I don't want to say portability because to be completely honest with you, mine will probably just stay hooked up to my TV next to my PS4, my Xbox One, and everything. So I probably won't move very far with it. But really, it's going to come down to me personally just the games because I want to play the new games that come out for Nintendo. So
let me ask you. I got a question for John. So how do you feel like, say you about to go somewhere and you know it's going to be boring? How do you feel about grabbing that expensive piece of tablet and taking it with you? Like, man, I don't know if I.
Oh no, it's honestly probably not going to leave my house. I'm not a big person to play games when I'm at. For example, if I'm at a doctor's office and I'm sitting there, like we had to go with my wife. We had to do an ultrasound, and so we're sitting in the waiting room forever. And I'm sitting there thinking, I could have brought something with me to play, but with my luck, I would be playing. I'd be in the middle of like a boss battle or something, and then we get called in the back.
Yeah.
And then what do I do? So I'm not a big fan of carrying handhelds around. I'll carry my phone around and play little cheapy phone games, but that's about it.
I'm
not a big handheld gamer.
You want to say something, Wavy Cricket? That was you saying? Hold on.
What was that?
Oh no, I thought you were trying to add something. Oh, okay. All right, that's okay. That's like I said today. I just seemed like I was just. Hey, let's first of all, because I see that you because it's been so hard for me to get Nintendo guys on the channel and act like I'm just some fucking Nintendo antichrist. But I bring up fucking valid points, and everyone in here brings up valid points. You know what I mean? And again, it's not saying that I want Nintendo to fail. I'm just like, all right, off. How many times you gotta slam your dick in the door to realize the bitch can give you that?
I mean, there's drawbacks to every system. That's what you have to understand. Every system that comes out, there's drawbacks.
Listen, I get no company is perfect. At the end of the day, but god damn. Sometimes you ain't got to put mayonnaise on a hot dog and make it fit the caviar. That's all you got to do. People, and again, I will say this: would you just felt better or more secure if Nintendo just made a traditional console like the Scorpio, or the Pro?
Oh, would I?
Yeah. And
I mean, I would love for them to just go balls to the wall and do that. Sure, but
that's all that I wanted to say because most Nintendo fans don't keep it real. Because leading up to the Switch before we got it revealed, we see all these videos. I get an Obi-Wan with his black ass about this all the time. Yeah. It's going to have DX12. Not DX12. Unreal Engine 4. Shit, the iPhone was able to run Unreal Engine 3. Like, that's not telling me anything. And it's going to be rumors going to be twice. Powerful than the Pro. People, Nintendo's really bringing it, and then when they show this, innovation.
But you also have to be interested to see where they're taking like the mobile processors, the ARM processors, in this whole thing, because Nintendo is pushing ahead with this with NVIDIA to try to possibly create technology that is very impressive if you consider it.
I mean, again, like I said, I would really feel more secure if they were to put their innovation into their games and maybe to not, like I said, a hit or miss. And like I said, and for all I do expect the Switch to sell well because of the whole mobile aspect. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, but just like the Wii, was a big, huge success. But that, I just missed it. The big three just out there battling out and lobbying for our fucking dollars. What they did.
I think at this point, Nintendo is content being the second console that you buy if you have a PS4 or Xbox One. So
here's the thing. That's a big what if. Because most people are going to own I'm just being real, the Xbox and the PlayStation 4. You know what I mean? You get your Gears. Even when maybe be your primary console. Like, I'm more of an Xbox guy. The PS4 is my secondary console for the exclusives. That, you know what I mean? But like I said, it is what it is. Video Game Awards. Guys, we switch to such Video Game Awards.
It's Mario, bitch.
What are you guys' thoughts? You know what I mean? Xbox fans, what I'm saying, that Microsoft was jaded. Like, what are you guys' thoughts about the nomination of the games and You know, Wavy Creek. You know about the Video Game Awards?
Hey, but I have to
I
run.
heard about
Okay,
it.
no problem.
but-
Thank you for swinging by, John. Thank you for swinging by.
I appreciate you guys. I appreciate you guys having me on. It's really cool that you found
Yeah,
me.
you're more than welcome to join us every Saturday if you choose to, man. Thank you.
Oh, cool. Thank you, guys. I'll see you later.
All right.
Peace.
Mario! Get his ass out of here.
Hey, next gen, bring up the nominees, bro. We need to talk about this for real.
Yeah.
Bring them up.
Bring them up, man.
Okay.
Go to video. I think it's the GameAwards.com.
Yeah, the Game Awards.
All right.
This shit's
GameAwards.com.
Yeah.
Yeah. I looked at the list they had last year when they gave what's it, Rocket League Best Racer.
Hey, that's a fun ass game, but it shouldn't.
I'm not negating that, but the Best Racer.
It shouldn't be Forza. It shouldn't be Forza.
I don't care if you gave it to Project Cars, but Best Racer, like, come on, what's it, GameAwards.com?
Yeah, GameAwards.com.
Mario, bitch.
Yeah. Okay. No, that's not it. Oh, I'm sorry. Damn,
I'm on it.
Game wrong. Oh, I
Awards.
spelled game wrong. My bad.
Okay.
Game Awards. I'm hot. Game Awards.
The Game Awards. You got it?
No, it ain't game. What's it? Game Awards? I got a game.
The GameAwards.com.
Oh,
Yeah,
Want me to tell you the nominees? I'm already on it.
Game Awards. Okay, what is it?
So you got Doom. Inside.
What
category
is the Game of the Year?
Yeah, Game of the Year.
Okay.
So the category is, so right now the nominees for Game of the Year are Doom, Inside, Overwatch, Titanfall 2, and Uncharted 4.
Wait, wait, hold on. We got Doom.
Yep, Inside.
Overwatch, Titanfall 2.
And Uncharted.
So this is for the regular Jokes Motor vote. I never been to say, can we vote?
This is game. No, this is a jury selected game.
Okay, but do the fans vote on these games?
It says show your support, but I don't know if that means a vote.
Yeah, I don't think you vote on this one.
Oh no, it's you tweeting. Okay, yeah. Okay, now this is Game of the Year. We can just stop at this point. We take it category by category. Yeah. We got Game of the Year, right? You got Doom, Inside, Overwatch. I heard it was pretty hype. Titanfall 2, which came out. That's just crazy. Now I can see why Xbox fans bullshit it. All right, Titanfall 2, which came out a few weeks ago. Uncharted 4. Now, and again, me taking off the Xbox fanboy hat here, I don't see how in the hell you don't have no game from the Xbox up here. Well, I've seen with the Gears of War 4 is kind of critically acclaimed. Well, you know what I mean, Forza Horizon 3.
It's that media bias, bro.
And let's get this straight.
That nobody wants to believe it.
Hold on.
Doom.
It is. Shit. How about? I mean, Doom is an amazing game, but I mean, the Game of the Year. I think is surrounded by best overall game. You know, it hits all aspects of gaming. You know what I mean? Multiplayer, single player.
But okay, so fine.
I think Inside needs to be off this list.
But here's the thing, though. I look at this list right here. And I'm not with the conspiracy. I'm not dealing with my aliens and my UFOs. This category right here is suited for Naughty Dog and PlayStation to win this game with Uncharted 4. There's no way in hell you would pick Titanfall 2, Overwatch, Inside, or Doom over Uncharted 4. Let's be clear.
I agree.
And this, like I said, the other day, and like I said, my personal preference set aside. You know what I mean? I have Uncharted 4. I think it's a great game. But when you do stuff like this, like to me, you mess up your what do you call it? Like your reputation. Like this shit here is a joke. Like, you know what I mean? And I'm not saying that these games are not great, but comparing this to this here, like come on, how do you not put Gears, one of the best games that came out, or even a Battlefield, you know what I mean, like this, or Battlefield up here, you know what I mean? You know, like this is like, to me, this is suited for Naughty Dog and Sony to walk away right with this game, with the board right here. Now, maybe Cricket, you're more like a PlayStation guy. You know, like, what do you feel about these nominations here? You got Titanfall 2, Overwatch, Inside, and Doom compared to Naughty Dog.
I mean, I think it's bullshit. None of the games I consider Game of the Year this year are up there.
Yeah.
Like, at the end of the day, stuff like that doesn't matter to me because I play what I enjoy, and I couldn't care less what others want to say, but it seems like it's rigged in PlayStation's favor, honestly, man.
Yeah, but, all right, okay. Well, do you think shit like this is what keeps this console quote unquote going? I mean, look in the comment section. They put it on. What you think about this? What do you like? This is crazy.
You want me to answer or finish?
Yeah. Whatever. Like, what do you feel?
Here's the thing. So, all right, you could pretty much expect Uncharted is gonna be on almost every Game of the Year awards from GameSpot. Right. Remember, these awards are judged or recommended by the same people who review the games or the same publication. So if you want to see who has a chance on who's going to be on the Game of the Year award, just go to Metacritic and see how the game's reviews and see how the people talk on the game, whatever. Like, for instance, Inside,
yeah, because it's based on
when that game came out, almost every review was like, oh, this shit's an amazing experience. And they gave that game a huge score. Chances are that game is going to be on a lot of Game of the Year awards because it's the same people. You understand what I'm saying? It's the same. So the same people who are giving these reviews or the same publications giving these reviews, they're going back, okay, who do you think is Game of the Year? Well, you could tell who's going to be the Game of the Year. Just go back and see what they were saying. You know what I'm saying? On the games that they talked about throughout the year. So you can almost predict what game is going to be on the Game of the Year award because it's the same people that provides their advice. You know what I'm saying? That's just really it. So as big as Uncharted was in the beginning of the year, of course that's going to be on fucking the Game of the Year award because they're already hyped about it. Inside was another one. What threw me off for the loop is Battlefield and Titanfall 2. But if you look at Titanfall and Battlefield, they're reviewing similar. And on the PlayStation side, Titanfall is actually a higher score on Metacritic than Battlefield. So there might be a few more publicists that prefer Titanfall over Battlefield. And that's really what these Game Awards are pretty much it. It's just a culmination of what these, reviewers have been saying all throughout the year.
Not one, whether Gears of War 4 is your cup of coffee and not your cup of tea. That was, got great reviews also. You know what I mean? Like this, you look like. I'm asking, do you think this is skewed for Sony to walk away with Game of the Year or whatever the case with Uncharted 4? And this is basically what I'm asking you.
I don't know. I just think they just took it. I wouldn't be surprised if they give this shit to Inside for controversy.
Oh, this is crazy.
Don't be surprised that the Game of the Year is Inside.
Don't worry, man. The rest of these nominees are going to get crazier than that. Trust me.
Don't be surprised if that Inside comes out with Game of the Year and everybody be like, what the fuck?
Yeah, because they gave what's that game? They gave on 2012. This was the first. That was new to this whole internet shit here. What that game they gave Game of the Year with the Telltale game? Was it Wolf Among Us or
something like that? Yeah, and everybody was
Walking Dead.
Some people were like, that's not even a fucking game. They do that shit.
It's a good narrative. It's a good narrative. I tell you that, but it ain't Game of the Year.
No, I'll tell you. I remember, what was it, 2009 when Uncharted 2 came out. Everybody was saying that Uncharted 2 was going to win Game of the Year at GameSpot, and everybody was talking about that shit. Everybody's like, yeah, that's guaranteed. But what ended up winning was Demon's Souls, and most people were like, "What the fuck game is that?" Yeah, you know what I'm saying? That shit, shit like that. Dang, that's probably one of the better. That's why it started the whole Dark Souls and Bloodborne shit. But people did not expect that. That shit came out of left field, and motherfuckers the GameSpot forums was hot. You understand what I'm saying? Yo, they were like, "Yo, what the fuck?
It was lit.
Win?" Yo, that shit, GameSpot was lit on that fucking day. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It's just how it is.
All right, we got Best Studio Game Direction. I don't know what the fuck. Recognizing the game studio for outstanding creative vision and innovation in the game direction and design. We got.
I think Titanfall takes this.
You know who I think should have won?
But we ain't get away. I'm gonna give you the nominees. We got Blizzard.
Oh, okay.
We got Blizzard with Overwatch. We got DICE for Battlefield 1. We got ID Software for Doom. That game sold real like shit too. It didn't sell well.
Doom was fun, man.
I'm not negating that, but you can get the collector edition on Amazon for the Xbox or PlayStation for like $38 with the statue and everything. I was thinking about picking it up just for the statue. You got Naughty Dog again with Uncharted 4, and you got Respawn with Titanfall 2. So they said best recognize the game studio for outstanding creative vision and innovation in the game.
Respawn all the way.
Respawn with what? I haven't played Titanfall. I haven't played Overwatch.
I'm gonna tell you why.
Yo, you can get it you can play it for free for the weekend.
For the weekend, yeah.
On Xbox and PlayStation.
I think the direction, if they're talking about direction, I think by Titanfall, creating a good campaign, and a solid multiplayer, and you know, just really just improving from the first, I think it's a great direction. You know, these other games, you know, Doom, you know, they just rehashed what they already had. I mean, Titanfall did a complete 180, so I think they kind of deserve the direction that they went.
But what about Overwatch though? Because
Overwatch is a straight multiplayer game.
I mean, it's multiplayer, but there's so many characters. Like you could play like the multiplayer, like the way you play the multiplayer, because of each character, you can't play it the same. Every character brings completely something different. You know, it's not like Call of Duty Battlefield. Like, yeah, you could be a machine gunner or soldier, but you generally play it the same. Blizzard is not that. That's not that way. Like some dudes is just straight melee. You up in there. Melee.
He said melee.
Yeah,
he said melee.
Melee motherfuckers.
He said melee.
Yo.
Hey, hey, real shit though. Like, I'm a Blizzard fan. I play a lot of Blizzard games. No. So for me, I mean, Blizzard, they always take another IP and they just improve it and capitalize off of it and make it better. So,
what else do they make? They used to do Project Gotham back in the day, but what else do they make?
No, they make.
Blizzard's a PC. They make
PC. World of Warcraft, StarCraft, Hearthstone,
Activision
Diablo,
owns them, right?
Yeah,
that's Blizzard.
Yeah, they own them now.
Yeah. Okay.
So my thing is, it's like Overwatch is just, you know, a better Team Fortress. You know what I mean? It is.
Yeah, you know what? Yeah.
So that's why I don't give that to them, because they just ripped Team Fortress and made it their own. You know what I mean? Put more money behind it. You know, it plays well. You know, does well. So best direction. I mean, people will be, with all those powerful characters they have in there, with those crazy backstories and that Pixar-like movie-esque type of cutscenes, they could have gave us a little campaign.
Okay, true.
You know what I mean? It's too strong of a cast to not do that. You know what I mean? But they gave you little short stories with the characters, but that's all they did. So
You said you want to add to this, Wavy Cricket?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna choose from any of those games, man.
What's your opinion? What could have been the best?
I mean, I don't know why the Game Bakers ain't up there with Fury. The Game Bakers, man.
What the fuck is that?
The people that made Fury.
Fuck is Fury?
Oh,
you never played Fury, bro.
Oh, he's talking from he's sniffing that snow that pony dust.
Hell nah, nigga. That's a good game. Did you get past the first boss? Did you get?
Yeah, I did. Yeah,
beat it.
I did. The first boss. Yeah.
That game was really good. I really enjoyed that
but
game.
It's such a niche title. You know what I mean?
Right. Oh, you talking about the games that sell 500 copies?
I don't know how much. I got it for free, nigga.
It was a PlayStation Plus game. PlayStation Plus game.
Oh shit! Oh man,
that shit should be up there.
But my man Zobe's student and shit.
No, yeah, Zobe's student.
That's his fucking student in there, bro.
Yeah, if I had to choose from like what's on there, I'd say Overwatch.
Oh,
no, but okay, we got the list here. But what, like, but you said you would give it to Fury.
The game
Fury, like Fist of Fury, or something like that.
No, it's just
called Fury.
It's like a slash. It's like a boss battle game.
Yeah,
where you just battle boss after boss after boss, and they all have different mechanics you gotta overcome. But it's dope. It's dope. But I mean, I don't know, to consider that for a best game direction. I don't know. I don't know. What's the next category?
I love that shit, man.
It's a good game. It's just I don't, you know.
Oh, okay, all right. Well,
I don't know what we're talking about.
What's the next category?
Like, do you hooker in the corner? No, I don't.
We got best narrative. We got I don't know what the for outstanding storytelling. Okay. And narrative development in the game. We got best storytelling. I'm maybe a little biased right here. We got best storytelling and narrative development in the game. They got Firewatch. I never even.
I picked Firewatch over all these games.
They got Inside. They got Mafia 3. Oh, that's a good story. They got Uncharted 4 again. God damn.
Yeah, Uncharted. Oh, you're gonna have a long day.
Yeah, long day.
Keep going. You're gonna see Uncharted on almost everything.
Yeah. Something called Oxenfree, or I never heard of that.
That's a Double Fine game.
Okay, now the story again in Mafia 3, in my opinion, I can add to this conversation. It was dope.
It was great.
Yeah, I didn't play. Now a lot of people said Mafia was very repetitive and dumb AI, but just from the story, what I played so far, I don't know what the fuck the guy, some type of mulatto, half coon, whatever the motherfucker is.
He's like some Dominican.
I don't know. The devil's in my house. Get out of my house.
He was a People Salazar from fucking.
Where's my platanos? My platanos.
Yeah,
My man said People Salazar.
Nacho Libre. I don't know what the fuck he was, but yeah, man. I don't know. So you said best narrative. I guess best storytelling game. What do you guys? What was your best? I guess story-driven game or whatever this came out this year.
I'd say Mafia 3, but then the gameplay was trash in that game, man.
Yeah, it's pretty trash. Pretty trash.
Mafia.
Like,
I don't think they're
Mafia
gonna judge
3
it on gameplay though. They're gonna strictly look at it from a
Story.
storytelling. I think storytelling and narrative. That's it.
I think Mafia 3 is going to get there because they tapped into the taboo.
I hear a lot.
Clan, you know what I mean? All that
I hear a lot. Yeah, I hear a lot about the narrative and story of Mafia.
Yeah, I think Firewatch was really cool, man. I played that on
When?
I played.
What the fuck is that?
Huh?
It's
Well,
another.
Firewatch.
It's an indie game. Firewatch.
It's an indie game. Yeah, I played it on.
Damn, Zaire, you play any games, bro?
I don't play this shit. Yeah.
Look, hey, Firewatch is basically you're like the lady talks to you on a walkie-talkie.
What's it, a cell phone game?
No,
Yeah, well,
it's
no,
like an indie. It's like an Xbox Live arcade.
Yeah, basically she's talking to you and navigating you. She's narrating your progression through the game.
It's first person, yeah.
Through the walkie-talkie.
You're like a forest ranger or some shit.
Yeah, you're like you're on Firewatch basically.
Or Firewatch, yeah. You're like
Yeah.
one of those forest Firewatch dudes.
And she's telling you, through the walkie-talkie, she's kind of creating like a sub-world, as she's talking. So it's kind of cool. I think that the direction in that was crazy. But Inside, I don't know, man. Inside had a good narrative too, man. I don't know. I don't know. It's kind of hard, man.
The only one I don't know much about is Oxenfree. I don't know much.
Yeah, I never played that. It's like a teen drama
okay,
game.
but what's your? Well, I think Mafia is going to take it in here. But what's you guys' best narrative, best story that you played this year? If you had to give it, if you had to give it, I'll give you which we do. We could be picking what we think is going to win, and we give, in our opinion, what game had the best narrative for you that came out this generation. Yo, motherfucker, maybe critical put Street Fighter 5. That story was ill. What the fuck? That motherfucker said Street Fighter 5.
No, but the single player was good. Once they finally added the story, that shit was good. Except for that fucking Fang guy. I hate that character.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
that shit was corny.
They put his corny ass. He's always like skipping.
You know what I didn't like about that story, man? That Nash basically defeats Bison, and then that motherfucker pops out of nowhere just so that Ryu could defeat him.
Yeah.
So
Right.
Yeah,
I
Ryu's
didn't like that shit.
I hate that fan. They should have left Sagat or something, fucking, tough motherfucker.
So we got Cricket. What you picked? You picked Mafia.
Mafia 3.
And then Zaire.
Listen, I gave it to Mafia 3. I think it's going to win. But to me, I know it's going to sound kind of cheesy, but to me, the best game this year that had the best story was Quantum Break.
Oh, well, that's
bitch niggas. Yeah. Oh, this
nigga's
crazy.
This motherfucker on that dust.
No, this shit.
For me, it's Firewatch. What about you, Puerto Rock?
You watching that? No, I'm just kidding. Well, to tell you the truth, I didn't play any of these games, so fucking. I would say I played Uncharted, but I didn't get a chance to play Mafia 3. From the hype when I'm hearing everybody talk about, I think Mafia 3, because I do hear about Mafia 3 story all the time.
But my question is, what is your game that you played this year that had the best story to you?
To me, Uncharted 4.
Oh my god.
Man, that shit is smooth. When you fucking play Uncharted and they talk and how they do the story, that's just like a movie.
He said it's the melee.
It's the melee.
He said Chinese spirit. You know what? Let me show you, man.
Let me show you, man.
Oh man.
No, don't be going no Donald Trump on me now, right?
All right, next category.
Gotta be at the house
now. Now this next category is the most offensive.
Oh, the best art direction?
Man.
I can't even help you with this one.
Man, this is gonna be funny. Watch this. Watch when Zaire see this shit.
The best art. I got Abzu. I don't know what the fuck that is. Firewatch. Inside. Oh my god. Uncharted 4. And Overwatch. Yo. I think everybody like the boycott. Uncharted in every fucking category, bro.
What's this category about again?
Yo, best art direction.
Best art.
Oh man.
You better recognize
technical achievements and artistic design and this animation. Like, come on, you can come on, listen.
Yo, you better recognize Naughty Dog.
Abzu,
Put some
Firewatch, and
respect
again, you couldn't put Gears of War 4, even for the best story. You could put Gears
They
of
ain't got
War
no
4 in.
damn art direction.
They don't.
Gears of War 4 is a pretty game.
Yeah, it's a pretty game, but you got motherfucking black Legos moving around the map.
You ain't got no fucking. You ain't.
Forza Horizon 3?
Yo,
Forza Horizon 3?
man.
Yeah.
It's the
All right, look at
same
this.
goddamn-
Forza Horizon 3 don't look better than Abzu,
Forza-
Firewatch, Inside.
Forza's the same
Art
damn
direction,
thing,
bro.
baby.
We're talking about art. We're talking
Man,
It
about
says graphics, right? For outstanding creative and technical contributing artistic design and animation.
Yeah, but that's artistic design. Animation.
artistic design, meaning lots of colors.
Colors, you know, abstract.
Motherfucking
Abstract.
HDR?
gotta
It's
think-
not the meaning.
Abstract.
You corporate cocksucker.
You gotta think abstract.
Yeah, they put the red carpet on me, didn't he? And they can say,
Listen,
Eric,
fucking paying $60 for the same Corvette. It's not gonna make you an artist, right? It's
Fuck
the
you.
same
Hey,
fucking Corvette.
I think Inside maybe should take this one. Inside should take this one, either Inside or Abzu, because this. I mean, I've seen trailers of it. It looked really nice, but
I think Inside.
but Uncharted on this list,
Man,
fuck outta here.
you better respect Naughty Dog. Put some respect.
Art direction
Right? Put some
for a monkey bar simulator. Oh man,
better put some respect on that Nathan Drake.
Also, I guess for best art direction, I guess I will probably, I don't know, art direction. I don't know what the fuck that even means. If you're talking about graphics, I would probably
not like graphics. Like all right, think of graphics as your
The
paint
art
set,
style.
but what you
The
do
art
with
style.
the paint set on a canvas.
right?
Graphics
well,
is just that. Think of it that way.
That
What
nigga
you-
Zaire said Call of Duty should win it.
There's my
wait. All right, so we're saying from an art.
mad in that.
So listen, we're mad in that. So out of this list right here, fuck you niggas. Out of this list right here, right? I will probably have to give it to maybe Uncharted, maybe I guess. But
what the fuck?
My
you
man.
I'm just saying, man,
told you
art
so,
direction. My own art direction.
He has a
I gotta give it to fucking
he has a hidden
art direction. I gotta give it to Record. That bitch was out there in the sand. That bitch was out in the desert. I gotta give it to
Hey,
Record.
Zaire,
Oh,
for Christmas,
shit.
I'm buying you a jumbo coloring book. Man.
I'm listen. I gotta represent for T Reaper today, man. Sweaty balls in here. I gotta represent for T Reaper. Get my bot on. So what games did you play, guys, this year, or just what would you give to in this category? First of all, out of this list, out of Abzu, Firewatch, Inside, Overwatch, and Uncharted, what would you give it to?
I would say looking at the videos Inside. I've been seeing like gameplay videos of Inside, and that artistically that shit looks nice.
Okay, all right. Yeah. So what was your art direction, Artie, that you played this year?
That I played, I would say I played Overwatch, so I like Overwatch art direction.
This nigga said PlayStation VR. What the fuck? All right,
Hey, don't even put me in that box.
all right. So
No,
what do you?
Overwatch. I played
Overwatch is
Overwatch.
okay.
Between Uncharted and Overwatch, I like Overwatch.
All right, what about you, all day? What do you got out of this list here? Art direction. What are you gonna give it to?
I say Abzu. I like the way that
Okay.
looks. Yeah.
Now, what you played this year? What was the best game for you? With the best art direction?
That I played. Oh,
Yeah.
Man. Fuck. I say I like Inside. Inside was nice.
Okay. What about you, Wavy Cricket?
I would say off the list Overwatch, and that I played, I would say Fury again.
Ah, shit!
Man.
Yeah.
Yo, I need to get you on my podcast. My man's
Yeah.
for real.
You gotta go on there 60 seconds, no lag shit.
Yeah, that's what I'm
you get
talking
your
about.
melee on.
Holla at my boy.
All right, for the next day we got best music, sound, and design. For outstanding audio, inclusive of score,
I'ma close my
original
eyes.
song,
I'ma close my
licensed soundtrack, and sound design. We got
Close my
Battlefield, we got Doom, we got Inside, we got Res Infinite, Jesus, and we got Thumper.
There you go. No heart attack for you guys today.
Okay, so out of these games right here, who do you think is going to win for the best original music? And
Battlefield, man.
Battlefield.
That shit felt like I was playing the game from
For nostalgic reasons, I say Res, but overall, I think Battlefield, man.
Because it felt like I was
music.
playing what's that fucking Steven Spielberg. It felt like I'm playing Steven Spielberg.
Oh, talking about Saving
Battlefield?
Private Ryan.
Yeah, that shit was sin. I was playing on headphones. Yo, that game is serious, bro.
Hey, nah, but
Battlefield
Battlefield,
is serious.
nice surround sound. If you got 7.1
Yes.
or 5.1 headphones, or even a surround sound, Jesus Christ,
Ooh,
bro.
man, that game is serious, bro.
Man, the crackling of the explosions. I mean,
So,
everything.
yeah, it's nice with that goddamn what you call it?
Frostbite.
Frostbite is, yeah.
That shit was bringing back my PTSD and shit.
Get down.
I got that shit bad.
I had to go to the fucking VA and shit. I'm like,
Oh, stupid.
Then he got to go check his metal plate and shit.
Yo, I'm
Yo,
like,
you got PTSD for real?
fucking what?
You
No.
got PTSD?
He said no.
Yo, I got that shit for real though.
At least
I
not
think this bitch bugging sometime, man.
I will before I
Incoming!
retire. I'll tell you that much. I will before I retire, I will.
Oh, well, you still active?
Yeah, I'm still active.
Oh, okay, yeah, I got that shit bad. That shit ain't no joke.
Oh,
So-
man.
Man,
Next
all them
episode.
ponies fucking busting your ass, calling you
Nah,
son.
I didn't. I didn't got my 50s. I've been shot 9 times, man. Took it and smiled, but I'm back to set the record straight. So going down the list. So you're gonna say Puerto Rico's got Battlefield.
Yeah.
And so this is what you're picking on the list. So what game, in your opinion, that you played this year? You gonna say Battlefield again?
Yeah, that shit is
Okay.
serious.
All right. Yeah, so you picking Battlefield twice. Okay. What about you all day?
Battlefield.
And out of the list, what do you think on the list? I mean, on your list, you picking Battlefield? On your list, you picking Battlefield, or on this list? I mean, your list or this list, you picking Battlefield, or Battlefield for both?
No, on this list, and my list would be Fury.
Oh, shit, this nigga's
No, I'm joking. It's Battlefield on both, bro.
Battlefield. Wavy Cricket, come on, pick some strange for me.
Nah,
What you got on this
I got
list?
Battlefield for this list, and I got
Yeah.
Fury
That's what I'm talking
for
about.
my game.
That's my boy.
Bro,
Yeah.
you need, hey Zaire, go
Yo,
and
Zaire,
listen to the soundtrack for this
Yo,
game. It's really
yo,
good, man.
Yo, Wavy Cricket, you gotta be on the multiplayer podcast. Fuck that. I need support.
He needs support.
I need help. I'm like, don't.
supporting them up them free fries, bro.
I mean,
I'll join that shit.
That's
Just let
it.
me know when it is.
I just
It's
need
just-
one more dude. And
It's
we
just
take
him.
the podcast
It's just Puerto Rico.
multiplayer podcast my ass. That's just like jump. That's like a crip jump session and shit. Like,
Rumble
all
Pop.
right, well, I guess on this list here, I will give it the Battlefield. But what I played this year so far, I like
Madden.
Mafia 3. The music, this nigga said Madden. I like
That
the
nigga
music.
said 2K.
I like the music in 2K. I gotta get that shit in 2K, boys.
oh, man, you know, it was hearing fucking Kanye West soundtrack. Like,
Yeah.
you hear that shit?
Yeah, but nah, that soundtrack.
You don't
in
have all the
in Mafia
answers,
3,
Sway.
You ain't got the answers, Sway. That soundtrack in Mafia
Like
3 is serious.
he listening to A Boogie.
Right?
A Boogie. I'm fucking with A Boogie. I don't know. I just found who the fuck he was the other day. Oh, damn, they got it again. We got here best performance awarded to an individual voiceover acting, motion, and performance capture. We got Alex Hernandez as Lincoln and Clay in
shit.
Mafia 3.
Oh, so it was a Dominican dude.
Yeah, I told him what the fuck. Yeah, he had that real thick Creole. He did a good job. He had that Creole type accent too. He did a good job with that shit. That's how they talking to Louisiana and shit. We got Sissy Jones as the liar in Firewatch.
I'm already laughing.
Emily Rose as Elena in Uncharted 4. Jesus Christ, Thief's End. We got Nolan North as Nathan Drake in Uncharted 4, Thief's End. Damn. We got Rich Summer as Henry in Firewatch. We got Troy Baker, that motherfucker, as Sam Drake in Uncharted 4, a Thief's End. This is fucking ridiculous. So out of this list right here, Cricket, Wavy Cricket, who you got for the best voiceover actor out of the list?
I'm gonna say the dude in Mafia 3.
Okay, you did a good job. And what you played, if it was a character, voice, or whatever fuck, that you played this year, what was your, best voice actor or whatever?
I'm gonna have to say the nigga that played Ryu for Street Fighter 5.
Thursday at 7 p.m. Eastern. Multiplayer podcast. I need your help, bro.
All right.
Yo, my man said
I'll
the
be
nigga
there.
that played Ryu. Oh,
My
shit.
man was making the sound effects, breaking the boards when you play Street Fighter and shit. This shit crazy. All right, Puerto Rock, my man for Mafia 3, the Sissy Jones. Who do you picking on the voice?
Yo, I want my boy Alex Hernandez, bro. We Latinos gotta stick together.
Put a melee. All right. So,
in these trying times with Trump, we got to stick together.
Trying times. In your own downtime, you was, you know what I mean, when you got finished choking the chicken or whatever the fuck he was doing, what voice popped out to you when you was in there getting high playing the game? Like what voice actor or whatever the hell, you know, had the best voice or acting or whatever the hell?
Yo, now that I look at it, Troy Barker, you know.
In what game?
His brother in Uncharted, his brother.
Yeah.
Oh, that dude was dope. He was a good character.
My man, what's it called? Just text me. What's my man named Spawn Wade? That nigga said the voice actor from fucking Mario motherfucking 64 and the Wii U. Best voice acting you ever heard.
Link from Zelda. Like the motherfucker don't talk.
Yeah, he's a mime.
I guess he'll give it to Navi.
Oh shit!
Off Ocarina of Time. Hey, listen.
Motherfucking cheap people don't get that shit to motherfucking Siri. What's that bitch on the Xbox? What's that bitch on the
Cortana?
Yeah, Katana. So they gonna get that bitch to Katana. So you got Alex Hernandez is linking in on the list here. And what are you gonna pick for your personal game? This your list and your personal game, Porter Rock?
No, my personal will be Troy Baker.
Troy Baker. Oh, so you're giving it to Troy Baker and your list is Troy Baker.
Oh no. Yeah. No. I'm for the actual award, Alex Hernandez.
Okay. But your personal is my man Troy Baker.
Okay. But that's only because I haven't played Mafia yet.
Okay, I got you. What about you, Porter Rock? I'm not Porter Rock. All day. Fucking all day.
Oh, he left.
Oh,
he's muted.
Oh, my bad.
You're muted.
From this, I was over here. Man, I'm gonna talk about it. But yeah,
he's getting in and out right now, motherfucker.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you now.
Okay, my list would be Alex Hernandez, you know, the boy with the Tostones in his pocket.
Yeah.
And we got personally, man, I know this ain't make the list, but I think Marcus Holloway from Watch Dogs 2 did a great job. But whoever, I don't know his real name, but that's who he is on the game, Marcus Holloway. But his voice acting was pretty superb. It was very believable. I say Alex Hernandez though off this list.
Okay. All right. Okay. That's well put. Me personally, I'm gonna give it to my man.
He's gonna say Derrick Rose.
Yo,
Stupid,
2K. You're gonna say DeMarcus Cousins.
This nigga stupid, man. I'm making this shit just Shang in Mortal Kombat X, but nah, my man Alex. My man in Mafia 3. That I think he did a good job. You know what I mean, and all across the board. That's my Mafia 3 is my pick and on my list. I gotta give him. I gotta give it to the engine and motherfucking Forza Horizon 3.
The same Corvette for the last 8 years.
That nigga gave it to the GPS in the game.
He's giving it to Cortana.
It's a Games Impact.
Yeah, I don't know what the fuck that means.
This is the liberal show. Why are we fucking around?
We got
Right.
Battlefield, Doom, Gears 4, Overwatch, and Titanfall 2.
Battlefield, Doom. I'd say Gears 4, man.
Best
Even
action
though I
on the list?
didn't play it. Yeah.
No. What I'm saying, what you think gonna win on this list? You think Gears is gonna win on the list for best action?
I'd say Gears, yeah.
Okay. So what was your game that you played this year with the best action?
It would be in between Fury and Street Fighter 5.
This nigga crazy, man.
Man.
Here, okay. I think they're probably going to give it to Gears to pacify the Xbox crowd. But you know what I mean. I would say maybe best action. Some of those shootouts in goddamn Battlefield 1 was over the fucking top.
Oh shit.
Yeah, you know what I mean. I think Gears of War 4 is going to win it. As far as best action, I would say Battlefield 1, in my personal opinion. Last one, but we go to best fighting game. We can do that one.
Oh, there's best action adventure.
Okay, best. Okay. They gonna got goddamn Uncharted 4 again. Like goddamn.
Yeah.
All right, we got here Dishonored 2. Let me ask you guys a question. I thought because I seen when Sony had the sizzle trailer for the PlayStation 4 Pro. I thought Dishonored 2 was a third-person game. Like that's what I'm. I just make sure that the samurais fighting each other and shit. You know what I'm talking about in that trailer for
For Honor. Isn't that For Honor?
Oh, it's not Dishonored? Oh, it's two different guys.
It's two different games.
Oh, my dumb ass. Don't even worry about it. I'm sorry.
They're thinking of For Honor, which is Ubisoft.
Oh, that's what I thought it was. Okay, I'm sorry.
That's with the samurai, the Viking.
Yeah, exactly.
That shit is dope. The beta
yeah.
was dope.
We got Dishonored 2. We got Hitman. We got Hyper Light Drifter, Ratchet and Clank, and of course it's getting Uncharted. So Porter Rock, who's going to win for the best action adventure games, combining combat with traversal and puzzle solving?
Record. No.
Shit, on that list, I think it's going to be between, because Dishonored, I haven't played it, but they haven't been getting that great reviews. I think it's going to be between Ratchet and Clank and Uncharted.
Yeah, that's what I think too.
And I think Ratchet and Clank might actually take that kind of.
Yeah, because
Okay,
platforming.
Yeah,
Platforming. Wait, Uncharted was a monkey bar simulator.
Yeah, it was pretty simple. But the platform was pretty simple.
Yeah,
Ratchet and Clank has better platforming and shooting.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It does a better job of it. So
Okay.
Ratchet and Clank might take that one.
And what's the one? Are you giving a Ratchet Clank what you played personally this year?
Yeah, I think Ratchet Clank. If platforming is the big part, Ratchet and Clank's puzzle and platforming was dope.
Okay. What about you all day?
I'd give it to Ratchet and Clank on both personal and list. But everybody in the comments, Undrop said Hyper Light Drifter. We never played that, bro. I don't know.
Man, listen, that's so games like that for gamers that sit on welfare. Like I ain't playing like that. Motherfuckers that get Social Security got one eye.
Transistor was good, so I don't know.
I don't even know what the fuck Transistor is.
Wow.
So, wait, quick. Your best action adventure.
You said action adventure?
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with both on Ratchet and Clank.
But okay, the action adventure. Me with
Hey Z,
yes.
Z, when is this coming out? When does the Game Awards come out?
December 1st.
December 1st.
And what day is that? Is that
what day of the week?
Yeah, day of the week.
Friday, Saturday. Friday.
Yeah, we gotta do a live stream with that, bro.
Oh, okay, no problem.
No, it's on a Thursday.
Oh, whatever day it is. Okay, Thursday, whatever.
Oh shit, multiplayer podcast.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah.
The Game Awards edition.
Yeah, the Game Awards edition. We get D Soup D, put that battery in back.
Yeah,
This is bullshit, man.
I'm gonna think of another thing to get him highlighted. I gotta do some research, get him excited. I'm gonna talk about like fucking like SATA 3.0 hard drive. I mean, Xbox One S only got 2.0. Well, on the PS Pro it's 3.0, but only comes with the standard default, so you don't get the full gigabyte. I'll be like, shit. I'm gonna like his match.
Well, I guess it's my pick. I'm gonna say best. What the hell is this? We on best action adventure. I'm gonna flip the script. I'm gonna say Hitman.
Oh shit!
Oh shit!
Oh no! I think Ratchet and Clank is gonna win on this list, but my best action adventure was Hitman. That's my list. We got
he's killing hookers. That's why.
Yeah, right. We got our best RPG on the list. We got Dark Souls 3. Okay, Deuces Ex Mankind Divided. The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt, World of Warcraft, and Xenoblade for the Wii U weirdos.
Didn't The Witcher 3 come out last year? Some shit though.
No, this is expansion. The Wild Hunt.
The Wild Hunt, Blood and Wine.
This is another thing. Didn't Xenoblade? Damn, didn't that game come out a while ago?
Yeah, I think it came out.
They gotta have something for Nintendo in here. You know that.
Oh shit, that shit. Damn, I don't know.
All right, so we got here.
That's a hard choice.
We got. So, what do you think, Wavy Cricket? Do you think it's going to be Dark Souls, Deuce's X, with
Dark Souls 3?
Yeah, I think so too. What was your best RPG you played this year?
Dark Souls 3. Dark Souls 3. That was the RPG. Well, I played Child of Light this year, but that shit ain't come out this year though.
That's last year.
Well, it doesn't make a difference, but still, whatever you played this year. So you gonna go Dark Souls or you gonna go with Child of Light?
I'm gonna go with Dark Souls on both.
Okay. What about you, Porter Rock?
I haven't played any of those RPGs yet, but I think hearing
Who
the
you think will win on this list?
I think The Witcher 3 might win it because when that came out, a lot of people saying that's like one of the best DLCs to come out.
Okay.
Yeah, so I think Witcher 3 might, but Dark Souls, yeah.
All right. What about you, all day?
Witcher 3.
I think Witcher 3, and personally, I ain't really played too many RPGs this year.
You like me, so I'm going to give it to Dark Souls 3 though, and I haven't played any. I don't think I played any RPGs. The last list here we got here that we're going to do. We got best fighting game, Killer Instinct Season 3. King of Fighting, whatever 19, whatever the fuck we're number
14.
14. Pokémon Tekken, sorry, and Street Fighter 5. Damn, they should have had fucking Mortal Kombat up here. The deal
came out last year,
but it was more DLC that came out this year.
Oh yeah. Facts.
So we got Killer Instinct Season 3, King of Fighters, Pokémon Tournament, and Street Fighter. What is going to be your best fighter? Wavy Cricket, Street Fighter?
Is that a real question?
Yeah.
Street Fighter 5 on both, man.
Yeah.
Okay, what about you, Porter Rock?
Street Fighter 5.
On both?
Yeah, that shit is dope.
All right.
Okay, no, Capcom fucked up. You know how they launched it, but the game itself, gameplay wise, that shit
gameplay's tight. Gameplay's tight.
Yeah, and then so if I would highly recommend people copping out. They like fighters. If you're a fighting
it's
fan,
$20 at Best Buy.
Gotta get Street Fighter 5. Don't worry about how it did back in February.
Right.
You know, it's a complete package now.
Don't worry that it should have been $20 at launch.
Yeah, the network. Yeah, but that, if you were one of those who bought at $60 in February, that's shame on you.
Right.
Because I knew not to buy that shit at launch.
He knew it was gonna
I knew it was gonna bomb. I knew that shit they were gonna do some funky shit.
I bought it at launch and I couldn't complain about it for real. I
waited till after the story mode and all that shit came out, and I got it for $30, and that shit, and they fixed the online by that point.
Wait, quick, so you bought it at launch and you couldn't complain about it? You pulled the
I mean, not
racist. Everybody that complained was racist. Well, what happened?
All right, so I knew what I was getting into. I do not agree with the fuckery that happened with that when that game launched or any of that. But it was a game that I was looking forward to, and I've been playing this since it launched. I play that shit damn near every day. You know, Zaire.
Yeah.
I put the beats on you last night.
Oh, shit. Start bringing up old shit. I'll be back. Yeah. So you're going to give a Street Fighter for both. What about you, all day?
Street Fighter in both. I love Street Fighter, so, yeah.
Okay, me personally, I'm going to step outside the box. I'm going to say Killer Instinct Season 3 for the fucking win. And the reason why I'm not going to, they're going to probably get into the Pokémon tournament, though. But that shit outsold Street Fighter.
Nah, they're giving that shit to Pokemon Go, dog.
Killer Instinct Season 3, top notch, hands down. I like Street Fighter 5 too, though. Jesus, I'm gonna say. I wish they had Mortal Kombat, but I'm gonna say Killer Instinct Season 3 for both of me, though. Both, you know what I mean? And that's about it. Other shit don't really. That's about it. But let me go to the comments section before we get the hell out of here. I was looking at the screen if you guys sent me anything. I don't know what the hell happened to Zobe, man. I ain't hit you guys with no clickbait. These motherfuckers eat somebody.
Oh, wait. Best sports racing game. Come on, bro.
That's the one nomination for Horizon got.
Yeah. That's a no-brainer, though, bro. Like, come on, like shit.
Like, you got NBA 2K17, bro.
Why is a racer going against that? I mean, that's
because racing games suck anyway. So why give them their own?
Oh my god.
That shit, man.
Yeah,
Fucking, do you really want an award for best game where you make left turns for 4 hours? And the winner is get the fuck out of here.
Hey, it's open world, dog.
You know,
Open world.
you know, this guy made better left turns than that guy. You're the winner. Get out of here.
Yeah. But like, yeah, you said nigga said Yoshi said alien ate me. But listen, like I said, I don't know what the hell. Let me see. Go to Zobe message. He inboxed me. I don't know what the hell happened. This joke. Let me see. This motherfucker said, I sent him the link. He said, yeah, I says I installed it. Let me delete it and re-download it. Yo, I'm sorry, man. I don't know what the hell is going on. It worked last time. I don't know what's wrong, man. I'm trying.
Wait. Hey, we didn't even go over the best multiplayer. Game.
Yeah.
All right, go to best multiplayer. Hold
on. Okay, I got it. So for best multiplayer, the nominees are Battlefield 1, Gears of War 4, Overcooked, Overwatch, Rainbow Six Siege, Titanfall 2.
Best multiplayer?
Yeah.
No Gears of War 4?
Yeah, Gears of War 4.
Yeah, it's in there. It's in there.
Oh,
Battlefield, Gears of War 4, Overcooked, Overwatch.
Overcooked
Rainbow.
is actually a game.
Yeah,
It's fun.
It's like a
fun
kitchen.
though. It's fun as hell, bro. It is fun as hell.
Overwatch, Rainbow Six Siege, and Titanfall 2.
Most
I game Overcooked.
I never even heard of Overcooked, but I'm gonna give it to best multiplayer. I'm gonna give it to probably Gears. I don't know. Gears.
I say Overwatch.
I would say that's gonna probably win it. Yeah. I think that's gonna win it, and I think my best multiplayer has been Gears of War 4 with the Horde and all that stuff. You know what I mean? What about you, Puerto Rock?
I think Overwatch for both. I like Battlefield, but goddamn, the multiplayer takes forever, bro. You spend one match and it's like a half hour, and that shit, sometimes that's not satisfying.
That's why I play TDM. Play TDM.
Yeah, so Overwatch though, that shit is dope. That shit is fun.
Yeah, that's fun.
Overwatch is fun.
What about you, Wavy Cricket?
I'm gonna go with Overwatch on both. Overwatch is like pretty simplistic in what you could do. Something I don't like about it is that you can't sprint in this game for some reason, but it is pretty.
No, it's a certain character. It's an ability. It's an ability. Sprint is an ability.
I believe sprinting should have just been there for all the characters, but it's a shooter that I could go from playing Street Fighter 5, which is very execution heavy, and I actually gotta learn shit to just playing Overwatch. It's pretty simple and it's still fun at the same time.
Yeah.
All right. Well, what about you? Oh, you can pick yours, right? Like I said, I gave it
Overwatch.
Okay. All right. Well, I guess, like I said, with that being said, we get the hell up out of here. Been rocking up for fucking 2.5 hours a day. It's been fun, man. Shout out to my man Spawn Wave that joined us today with that weirdo shit. Break his motherfucking jaw. Slap him in the head with that pistol. That's my.
Oh man!
Shout out to my man Wavy Cricket. Let me get the links there. You guys already know Puerto Rock and what's going on. Get the link to Wavy. Wavy, you can leave us, subscribe, check them out. Thank you guys for rocking out with us. I'm about to get something to eat. I'm gonna hop online, man. Crack somebody ass.
You get on Xbox? Or
yeah, I'm getting on my Xbox. I'm getting. I ain't a pony. I'm about to hop on some 2K.
Yeah, it's game of the year.
Yeah, my game.
The best voice actor, Derrick Rose.
Oh, right? This nigga's stupid, man. But as always, man. Thank you guys for rocking out, man. We out of here, man. Hit the like button, man. Share the show. Hope you guys enjoyed yourself today. We out of here, man. Bang, bang.